home with the baby all day. She was doing stuff. Later in the evening, I offered to make her a bath, and she was like, "Why? Do I smell?" And he was like, "Kind of, yeah." And then she got mad, and now they're in a fight. And so it was a who's the a-hole in this situation kind of thing.
And don't you think it's your duty, I guess, if you're with someone and there's something about them that smells, if it's just the two of you hanging out on the couch, maybe you don't need to say anything if it's not like a totally repulsive smell. But if it's you're about to go somewhere or you're out,
I think it's easier to say someone has BO, like, "Hey, did you forget to put deodorant on? You kind of smell gamey." That's an easier conversation to have than someone's breath smells. I think saying your breath smells is more offensive, and I think the person who hears that goes, "Oh wow, I'm a disgusting person, and I'm the person with bad breath, and I've been talking at you for this long with stank breath."
Allie and I both asked with hidden microphones our wives if we smell and if they tell us when we smell, and the results were rather interesting. This was first me having a conversation with my wife about it, and think about it. I'd love to get your thoughts on this as well. 800-520-1067. Do you appreciate being told? See, I think a lot of people say that they appreciate being told. No one wants to smell if they don't know they smell. Sometimes I just went to the gym. I just worked out. I stink. Every once in a while you realize, oh man, I forgot to put on deodorant today. You catch a whiff of your own pits. That's the worst, when you think there's a smell, and you're like, man, something smells, and then you realize
it's you.
It's you. That's always dangerous. But you know that usually when someone tips you off to it, it's almost like a sad surprise party that you didn't know you were walking into.
Yeah. So but I would want anybody to tell me I smell, regardless of whether or not I know them.
This was a weird conversation I had with my wife last night in bed.
It's a viral article about couples and if you should tell your partner if they smell when they smell.
And?
Do I smell?
I tell you when you smell.
Yeah, you do tell me when I smell.
You don't tell me.
So
is she drugged up?
Is this your pillow? Is this the Ambien kicking in?
Well, I was waiting for
Now's the time I'm going to ask you about this thing for the show tomorrow.
Waiting until we were in bed because it was quiet and it was a calm place. And even though we'd already said goodnight, I decided this was the time to throw her with the smell conversation.
Sounds like she's powering down.
She is definitely winding down for the night.
See, I don't think you smell bad. How often do I smell?
Anytime I tell you.
Yeah.
Is it like some sort of weird trick question?
It's just some sort of weird trick question. Like, she's already on to me. She thinks something's going on.
Does she tell you that a lot?
No, that's what I got.
My wife never tells me that I stink. Because I shower whenever I need to.
Listen, there are times when, especially if I wear a hat all day. Like right now I'm wearing a hat. When I take this hat off, I wear a hat all day and I don't shower. Let's just say, like I shower in the morning, so I wear a hat all day. Sometimes she will lay next to me and she says she can just say, "Smells like you wore a hat today." Like it's not a good.
Disgusting.
I know, it's gross, and she's right.
So you wear a hat most days?
Not most days.
Yeah, you do?
Yes, you do. I would say 90%.
No wonder she doesn't want to have sex with you.
But some days I shower. A lot of days I shower afterwards. I will go home, shower sometimes.
After hat?
Sometimes I shower after hat.
Do you put hat back on?
Right.
No. At home I don't wear a hat ever. At home I rarely wear hats.
That's not a weird trick question. I was wondering how often do I smell?
I just told you. What?
Like what percentage of the time? 50?
I have no idea, Kevin.
Do you think I'm a smelly person?
No.
What's the worst smell, when I wear a hat?
No, your feet.
That was a...
What are you guys doing? She's smelling your feet all the time.
I think you can smell them from, like, if you're sitting on the couch with someone with smelly feet, you can smell it from afar.
Yeah, you're right.
Those are on the mornings I forget to wear socks in here.
Which is most mornings.
No,
again,
I'm wearing them.
Most days you're all hat, no sock.
My feet?
Are you recording me or something?
Yes.
Usually I wouldn't tell her. See, that's progress in the relationship. She does not like it when I record.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Usually she gets mad about the fact.
I love that this is turning into a fight.
I had to stop
just
it.
The stupidest.
I just wanted to know if I smell and if she tells me and she claims.
Was this a trick question?
But
what are we asking you?
She tells me that I never tell her when she smells, but I'm saying, and I say this.
You don't smell.
She does not. There's no smell.
Even if she just worked out or something?
No, it's actually pleasant.
Yeah.
Like I've gone up to her thinking she'll smell, and I'll go right up to her and give me some stank.
Same.
There's nothing there.
Yeah. Katie said that I don't smell either, and even after a workout, I smell hot.
That's not what she said.
Yes,
In fact, I have the audio right here. This was Allie asking her wife.
But you don't smell. No, but I don't want sweaty pits.
Do you think I smell?
No.
Am I a smelly person?
No.
What about even after I work out?
No, I like how you smell.
See?
Whoa.
But then hold on, she does confront you about something.
Do I have bad breath ever?
Occasionally. You did like a week ago.
You had bad breath a week ago.
I remember.
And she didn't tell you about it.
That's pretty good.
Is she tap dancing? What is going on here?
I don't know. There's
She's doing
kitchen stuff happening.
It's such a stereotype. A couple of women just in the kitchen.
Just in the kitchen, take the time that I smell.
Yeah.
Nice.
So she says, you do smell or don't smell? She likes your smell.
She likes my smell.
Right,
Even if I do smell, she likes the way I smell. After a hike,
Right.
she thinks I smell good.
And that is like, you go back to the most
Carnal.
Natural musk.
Ugh.
Oh, Jake.
Nice.
I'm so tired. I don't know what day or time it is right now.
I do not know what day it is.
Whoa, is that vibrator time?
What is that, Allie?
What the hell's happening?
What is going
Don't
on?
you judge our evenings.
What the hell what is going on there? I got to hear that again. You ask her if she.
What are you guys prepping for? Whoa.
Katie's tapping has gotten amazing.
She loves tapping and cocaine. Ta-da!
Miss you too, babe.
Time stood still, just like a fool.
make this show the best show ever. Let's go. Okay, volleyball.
Klein Alley Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Oh, hell yeah. Good morning. Welcome to the Prequin. Klein Alley Show can officially begin. A new episode starts right now for you and yours on the world famous KROQ. You want to listen along? Greatly appreciate that as we are on 106.7 FM or streaming. However you choose to stream the show. If you want to see us with your eyes, what the hell's wrong with you? But we are on YouTube right now, currently on KROQ's YouTube. You can watch along. As always, Allie, the bribery runs thick today. Final day to get yourself a cuz and qualify to win eggs for a year. But more importantly, we got Coachella tickets to give you this morning.
Yeah, and it was my first time going to Coachella last year, and I think I'm a lifer now.
Yeah, Allie's going to be back. Last year, she smuggled in a thermos full of hot chili.
What will I smuggle this year?
We don't know, but it will be disgusting. Eggs.
Probably
that's right.
a bunch of eggs.
That is the ultimate. I'm telling you, you walk around that festival, forget about them drugs and everything else people want. You got eggs, fresh eggs.
I could probably smuggle at least one egg under each breast.
I'd love to see that. Wouldn't make it far.
If I had a proper bra, I could probably fit 3 or 4 on either side.
Well, now that the word is out about what you did last year, everyone saw the video, you're going to be on one of them watch lists where they're going to have your picture up now, looking for that plump butterfly that's got the thermos full of chili in her. So just be aware that it's been tipped off to you, security at Coachella.
I think security at Coachella has many more things to worry about than me smuggling eggs.
We got lots going on today on the show, including a major break in the case about the mystery note that was left and the person, the culprit, who I guess left all of their dirty Tupperware in the sink at
You know
KROQ.
how they say the country's really divided right now? I've never seen Odyssey more divided.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. There's Team Tupperware, and there's like people throwing up, gang signs for the notes. It's like insane, man.
It's kind of like similar to what happened with the United Healthcare CEO and Luigi, where there's all these people that are kind of defending the note leaver, and then other people that were like, you know what, I'm on the side of the person who left the dirty.
Unreal.
It's wild. Someone has told us, someone popped in this morning, can't go into specifics, but they said that they have been basically given a gag order from a higher power here that they're not even allowed to comment on the situation anymore.
Yeah, they're like, I want to share my side of the story, but it's just too risky.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I was like, really?
That was like a conversation.
I was told to stay out of it.
Allie and I had this conversation with someone who works in a different radio station, 15, 20 minutes ago, and they said, I have so much to say, but I can't say it. And we're like, what?
I know who it is, but I need
crazy.
to. Yeah, it's crazy.
And I saw engineer Jim this morning. He had a tattoo on his abdomen that said Tupperware for life.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah, people are getting behind it. Well, anyway, that drama continues today on the show.
So is Tupperware Luigi or is Tupperware United Healthcare?
I'm not sure.
In
my analogy, I don't know. But I know that one of them, I would, I guess, argue, depending on what was in the Tupperware, if it was Italian food, that would be the Luigi in this case.
Okay, got it.
We got lots to get into this morning. Thanks for locking in with us on KROQ. We'll hook you up all over the place. We will get into everything we have in store for you, starting after this Linkin Park song on a Thursday morning right here, World Famous KROQ. We are KROQ. This is Klein Alley Show. If you need us, lots of ways to get involved. The phone number is 800-520-1067. One of the things I forgot to mention later this morning, Johnny has somehow started going on speaking tours to encourage the youth of America. He did this at UCLA. He thought it went well till we heard the audio, and it was, I guess, his attempt at motivational speaking. But it was weird and strange and awkward, and for so many reasons, people said, why is he going out as representative of the show to speak to the youth? We
have no idea.
We don't know. We don't know how this started or why it started. But after he went to that thing, we basically, apparently on the radio, we said, any school that wants Johnny to come speak to them, he can go. And
apparently one listened.
Well, there's been quite a few that have reached out, and he did go speak at a middle school in Pacoima. And we will get into this later. It's even more ridiculous than him speaking to the UCLA kids. But, Allie, I just want to play this tease for you because this will set up what we will get into later this morning. If you need any incentive to keep listening to the show today, this will make you feel either far better about the future or far worse.
So this is where I work, and I'm on the morning show. That's on from 6 to 10 in the morning. And let me tell you a little bit about myself and what I do. There you go. So this is kind of like what I do. I can't really explain what I really do.
That's him explaining what he does, Allie. He says, let me tell you a little bit about what I do, followed by...
Let me show you what I do, which is he showing them anything?
No, I think he pulled out some keys and jingled them. And then he said, you know what, I can't really explain what I do.
I can't do it either.
I can't really explain what I really do.
So that was his...
Do you think the teacher or professor sets the class up before Johnny even arrives, says, hey, listen, if this guy can get a job in radio, you guys could probably, listen to this guy, what he's going to be like?
Yeah, at one point, it's so funny because I was going to go speak to a football team, because in college, a lot of the football players will never go pro, and they don't know what they're going to do once their football career comes to an end. And this guy wanted me to talk to the team, and he goes, these guys are not good students. They have no future. They have no ambition. All they know is football. And when they find out they're not going to go pro, a lot of them are completely helpless. And if you could just explain to them that if you're able to get this job, that any of them, even the one that has got the most amount of CTE and concussion, can also get a job. That's exactly how they set it up. Johnny is probably similar in that situation where they go, just let the kids see that even the worst student in this room has a potential future in this world of radio.
This man is employed.
He's
getting a paycheck.
He was able to get a job. This speech he gives, at moments, I think he even got choked up and started crying at one moment.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
It was a touching one. This one actually cooked.
He did. Wow. At one point, he was in the middle of giving a stupid speech about something. We'll listen to it later. And he stops himself. And he goes, I get a little choked up when I talk about this part.
Really?
I swear to you. This is wild.
Is he talking about the new clackety keyboard he got?
That's what it is. He's very excited about that.
I mean,
so we'll get into.
He's not an emotional guy, though.
Johnny, true or false? You cried during your speech?
There might have been some tears shed. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, it was weird. And the kids, crying for a bunch of middle schoolers, they're not very compassionate.
No.
Yeah, they're definitely yelling, pussy.
Yeah, there's a lot of pussy chants. So we'll get into that later this morning in the show as well. If you'd like an easy $100, now would be a great time to call us on a Thrifty Thursday. You can battle Allie. 5 questions about the news. The only thing standing between you and winning her $100 is her. If you want in and you think you know anything going on in the world, or even if you don't, just want to chance it, call us now, 800-520-1067. We start the show by giving you $100 and then end the show by giving you Coachella tickets.
It's KROQ Festival Fever. We're hooking you up with tickets to a different music festival every day this week. I got a fever all day today. Listen at 9, noon, 3, and 6 to win your way into
Coachella, April 18th to 20th at Empire Polo Club.
Featuring
Welcome to a new kind of attention. Just take some time, little girl.
Lady Gaga, Post Malone, Green Day, Jimmy Eat World, Lola Young.
'Cause I'm too messy, don't blame me.
The Beaches, Joe, Basement Jackson, more.
I think you're scared of being basic.
Courtesy of Golden Voice.
It's KROQ Festival Fever.
Keep listening to win.
Dennis on KROQ, 800-520-1067. Talking dad advice in time for Father's Day. What's up?
Hey, my dad told me you can date a girl with a ponytail, but don't date a girl with pigtails. I asked him why, and he said, you got to keep one hand free to wave to the crowd.
Oh my God.
Allie,
disgusting.
Allie is getting more gay by the moment as she hears these conversations between fathers and sons. And they're all these like weird old pervy sex tips.
Can you explain that one? I didn't understand it when I screened his call.
I don't think we need to dwell on it. Let's just move on.
Allie and I will demonstrate. Allie, get over here. We'll show you. Derek, what is the advice that you got from your dad?
So my dad would always tell me before I left the house to watch my ass, basically meaning that, to keep alert and be careful.
And he would say,
"Are you sure it wasn't Pride Month?" And he was telling you, "Watch your ass."
Watch your ass. Or as Vanessa wrote it up here, wash your ass.
Also, good advice for gay guys.
I want you to know that it wasn't me. It was Johnny. I understand.
Wash your ass, not watch your ass.
Yeah, he said watch your ass, not wash your ass.
Oh,
my
God.
Both good advice, though, as Allie pointed out.
213 said, my dad would always tell me, take care of your feet and your teeth. Those are the two things you always got to take care of on your body. I think that's good advice.
Christine, I feel like dads in general don't give a lot of it. I mean, usually moms are the ones that have the advice, the good advice at least. I feel
like the deep life advice.
But
this is like, take care of your feet.
Right, right. Wash your ass, son. Christine, you're on KROQ. What dad advice did you get?
Hello.
Hello, Christine.
Hello?
Hi.
Yeah.
My dad told me if I caught my husband cheating on me to kill him and don't leave the scene of the crime and come back and kill him. Kill him right away.
Okay.
I
think the advice is if you do kill him, don't leave the scene of the crime because then you look guilty. So kill him, but then stay there and act like
Just
surprised.
kill him right away and
Smart.
then call dad.
Wait. He was joking, though, right? Christine?
No, he was serious.
Oh, my God.
He was serious. It was that way. It's a crime of passion.
Oh,
wow. Damn, dude.
See, by
It
the way,
goes deep.
That's good advice. I mean, the thing about it, of all the advice you're going to get, if you do kill the guy, stay there. So at least it's a crime of passion.
And then punch yourself so it seems like self-defense.
Allie, that's now you're getting weird, I think.
Now this is weird.
Eileen, welcome to KROQ. Dad advice. What is the best or worst dad advice you got? Hi.
Yes, my dad always said beauty fades because I was a cheerleader, but brains don't. So I went to law school.
Wait, beauty stays, but brains don't?
Beauty
fades.
fades.
Beauty fades.
Fades. Oh, okay.
But brains don't. In other words,
by the way, brains definitely fade. If you've ever tried to talk to an old person, good luck with that.
I have early onset dementia. They fade fast.
Yeah, Allie's never had the beauty to start with, but the brain is already fading. I mean, really, I'm serious. Craig, what real dad advice did you get over the years? Go ahead.
Yeah, we were on our way to Vegas, and it was my best friend's dad. And he told us the hookers you want, you can't afford, and the ones that you can afford, you don't want.
God, that's so true.
Do you think he came up with that himself and was like, that's good. I got to pass that on to my kid.
I am like Confucius.
Like,
all right. Well, listen, I mean, this is, once again, these are only things moms don't waste their time with this nonsense. This is like
I think my mom said the hooker thing to me.
I believe that. Hutch on KROQ. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Listen to you guys all the time.
Thank you, Hutch.
Yeah, hey, best advice that my father gave me is while you're young, work hard. Work never kills. And you know what? 47 years I've been working hard with him as a mechanic in Pasadena, California.
That's good. You actually live by the advice. You stand by it. That's actually rare, I feel like, when you actually listen to the advice and do it.
Well, I feel like dads always say work hard, too. And I feel like, in the newer generations in 2024, people are, like, working less than ever because they just want to kind of coast.
Moises.
Oh, hey, how's it going? What's up?
Is that your name, Moises?
Yeah, it's Moses. That's either one.
All right.
There's
a lot of vowels written here. I tried to figure it out. What's up, Moises?
So I actually think that I have the best advice. My father basically told me, listen, before you get married, look at her mother because that's what she's going to look like. That's what she's going to
I got that advice before, and that's pretty spot on. Look at the mom and look at the arm connectors.
I think what I'm learning is that men are very superficial.
You're just learning
It's
that
just
now,
all
Allie?
about vaginas and women and the way they look and what you can afford.
By the way, there's a lot of advice I haven't even put on the air yet.
And don't
because
have nose hairs.
I don't
It's
think
like, what?
I don't think we can say a lot of these things, but yes, most of the dad advice is in that category.
Oh man, this other one.
Hold on. Do you want me to? I will put it on. I wasn't going to put this on. William, go ahead. Allie wants to hear the advice you got from your dad. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, what's up? You're on.
Hi, William, long-time listener of you guys as well.
What's your
Since
name?
the
Let's start
90s.
with your name.
William.
All right. And you've got some dad advice?
Yeah, my dad advised.
All right, hold on. Before you give it to us, Allie, do you want to know who you're talking to?
Sure. What's your name, sir?
My name's William.
Okay.
Yeah, and so my dad advice was given to me.
Hold on. Omar's just joining us. Go ahead. So let's
Yeah,
start
who
this
you guys
in.
talking to?
I
Who's
don't
this?
know. I don't know who it is. Hello?
Sir, your name?
Yeah, William.
Ah.
Go ahead.
Okay.
You're
Oh,
on.
William. Hey, William.
Let's say hi to William.
Yeah, hey,
on
what's
camera.
up?
Hey, what's up, sir? Who's this?
So my advice that dad gave me.
Wait, who's on the phone right now?
Oh,
hi, Jake.
Who's calling?
William.
William's
Oh, what's
on.
up, dude?
William, go ahead. You
Yeah.
ட் advice. It's KROQ. Who's next?
Yeah, dad advice.
Wait,
is,
wait. Who is this? Who is this on the line right now?
It's William.
Okay.
William, go ahead, William.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Wait,
Hey,
wait.
guys-
Wait, who is it?
Go ahead, Anonymous.
Dad advice gave me.
There's our time, guys. Oh, there's Allie singing along. Excuse me. I'm sorry, Allie, to interrupt. I forgot how much you love that song. Go ahead. I will not interrupt you again. That's Allie singing.
I love you.
That's beautiful stuff
Actually,
right
a
there.
different song, but
That's not Cranberries?
Same
Oh,
artist.
it's not?
What were you
no,
singing
it's
there?
Cranberries, but it's not that song.
Oh, is that Linger?
That's the
yeah.
same.
You have to let it linger.
don't know.
You have to.
But there's nothing makes me happier
The
than
other one
when
is zombie.
you're singing off air and Omar's just rolling audio and we're all just being real quiet. And sometimes he'll text me. He'll be like, just shut up. Allie's singing. And we'll just get the audio. And we'll listen to
I love you.
That's you going through something.
As long as someone's listening.
But we're not. Let's get into it now. 5 questions about stuff going on in the world with a brand new theme song to inspire the masses.
Boobs, 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 boobs. Jake's got big old boobs. Let's find out if Allie knows the news. Boobs.
Let's go to, let's say hi to someone listening to us this morning in Highland Park. Good morning. Who's this?
Oh, hello, KROQ.
Hi.
My name's Anthony from Highland Park, and Allie knows the news.
All right, well, let's find out if she does or does not. Perhaps you know it better than she does. 5 questions, $100 up for grabs. It's her money on the line. She's leaving the KROQ studios. We will start these questions in just a moment, answer them quickly, confidently, and accurately, and hopefully we can pay the people. Your round of Allie Knows the News, the Anthony edition, starts right now.
Allie Knows the News.
All right, question number 1. This Dodger just hit his first home run of the season, ripped a 99-mile-an-hour fastball deep in front of 42,000 fans in Tokyo. Which Dodger hit their first home run of the season?
That's going to be home run of the season or the career?
Of the season. Need an answer. 3, 2.
We're going to go with
1.
Tommy Edman.
Question number 2. This restaurant chain, which has one of the largest menus in the history of restaurants, has just eliminated 13 menu items. So now they only have about 7,500 menu items remaining. Which restaurant chain has eliminated 13 items in a major restructuring?
I want to say Red Lobster.
Go to question number 3. Mayor Karen Bass is facing a budget shortfall heading into the 25-26 year. According to financial experts, roughly how much is the budget shortfall?
$1 billion.
$1 billion. That is a big number.
$1 billion.
Speaking of billions of dollars of workplace productivity apparently is going to come to a screeching halt today. For what reason?
Can you repeat the question?
Billions of dollars will be wasted at workplaces across America today in lack of productivity. For what reason? I thought this was the easiest question, to be honest.
Oh, no. Is this
Need an answer. 3.
I'm going to say government spending.
Government spending. That's a good guess right there. If you didn't know that one, I fear you're not going to know this one. But later this morning on the show, we're giving away Coachella tickets. Coachella is fastly approaching. Name one band that will be playing at this year's Coachella Festival in the desert.
Misfits.
All right. Let's bring Allie in. We'll score it all together. Don't say anything else. Lots going on this morning on the show. We start by trying to pay the people. The bribery runs thick all show long. Let's see how you would have done had you been on the hot seat today battling Allie for the $100. Allie, question number 1. This Dodger hit his first home run of the season when he ripped a 99-mile-an-hour fastball deep in front of 42,000 fans in Tokyo. Who is it?
I don't know. Shohei Ohtani?
When in doubt, just guess Shohei. That is the absolute correct answer. Shohei Ohtani. Go to question number 2. He did not get that one, which means Allie's up 1-0 as we go to question 2. This restaurant chain that has one of the largest menus in the history of restaurant chains has just announced they're eliminating 13 menu items, leaving roughly about 7,500 items still on the menu. Which restaurant chain is it?
Would that be Cheesecake Factory?
All right, he said Red Lobster, but yes, everyone knows the book they give you at Cheesecake Factory.
13 is not enough.
It's kind of wild, and it's a lot of that Skinalicious crap that they put on their menu.
Oh my God,
They
yeah, their
realize
skinny menu.
People don't really care about being skinny. They don't want to. I mean, they want to be skinny, but they don't want to eat skinny.
Well, or you're like, maybe I should look at this side of the menu, and then you look and you're like, oh, this stuff looks horrible.
So anyway, Allie is now up 2-0. He guessed Red Lobster as we go to question number 3. Mayor Bass is finding that she has a budget shortfall heading into the 25-26 year. Roughly, according to financial experts, how much is her budget shortfall?
I think it's $1 billion.
That's exactly what he said, and that is roughly what we are short. $1 billion. Correct. He got that. He's on the board. 3-1 Alley. 2 questions left. Question number 4. Speaking of lost money, billions of dollars supposedly of lost productivity starts today at workplaces across the world and America. For what reason?
March Madness.
March Madness is the answer we're looking for. Did you forget about that, Anthony? Come on, get your bracket done. Games start any moment now. That is the correct answer. Allie is up 4-1, almost on a clean sweep. Wow. Final question. Coachella tickets, giving them away later today. Coachella is almost officially here. Name one of the bands playing on the Coachella lineup this year.
Green Day.
All right, I will accept Green Day. He said Misfits, also correct answer. He's on the board as well. Final score, 5-2. Allie with a perfect score, which rarely happens. Anthony, you got your ass smoked, and what must you shamefully admit over the airwaves of KROQ? Go ahead.
You know, I should have known the Ohtani home run, but my girlfriend kept me busy yesterday, you know? So.
Hey, that's all right. Home run for you. Just as important.
That's right. You're scoring.
Well, anyway, Allie,
right, my man?
Allie beats you. Tomorrow, you'll have a chance to battle any single person on the show with a Pick Your Poison Friday. The same $100 will be up for grabs. I will share with you a story after this song about truly the worst airport drop-off experience that has ever happened.
Probably could have told you that.
And you guys warned me, and I didn't listen.
Yep.
KROQ Klein Alley Show. And I told you guys I was going to leave right after the show yesterday to take my wife to the airport. You all told me, why would you do that? That is stupid. And everyone knows that in 2025, the concept of bringing anyone to or picking anyone up at the airport is truly an unnecessary waste of your time.
Absolutely.
I don't disagree, but as I told you during the Showtime podcast, the bonus show, I made a promise to her when we first started dating. I took her to the airport one time. I will always take you to the airport. That is my way of showing you that I love you, and I've tried to stick to my word in that part of the relationship.
I don't know why.
That's your symbol of love there in your relationship?
Yeah, because I think it is the ultimate annoyance, and if you do it for someone, even though you don't want to do it,
Or you don't love them.
or you don't love them, it feels like the kind of thing that at the time I felt like that is a real big gesture.
In this instance, don't you feel like now that you've been married for a while, she should turn around and say, you know what, I love that you feel that way. It's the thought that counts, but I'm going to leave you off the hook?
Yeah,
Yes.
or you saying, hey, I know that I said this, but it's been a while and there's Uber now.
Yeah, all things that have come up, and every time she's going to travel, I think to myself, maybe this is the time when she realizes that there's so many other ways, so many other places and people that could get her there.
Why would she realize that all? But like, she's got a great deal. She's got somebody who's basically a free chauffeur taking her whenever she wants.
But I don't think money's the issue because, it is for some people, and I totally understand that. But for Klein, and his wife, they could afford it.
Well,
that's what I don't get.
It's the comfort, though, of like she doesn't want to get into a stranger's car. She
gets on Ubers all the time. I would imagine
she does.
When she travels.
You know what's funny is it's very funny you guys bring this up because money has become an issue in the sense that it used to be the Uber from my place to the airport used to be like $70 roughly. It was give or take depending on, and I always check it even if I know I'm going to take her. And lately that has climbed up to like 125, 145. Like it's almost feels like
that's a bit of chunk.
It's doubled. So if you're going round trip, it's $300 more than the stupid airplane ticket.
Yeah, but you have to do the girl math and go, how much money would I have paid to drive there and leave my car there for however many days?
Right.
So really, how much are
I'm
you
saving money. I'm making money. Right, that's what it
What
said.
are you going to do with that money?
Right, and everyone goes, gas is so pricey. So really, if you think about it, I'm getting rich by riding in the back of this Uber.
Exactly.
So anyway, yesterday was one of those days. She had a flight. The flight left at 11:30, I believe, was when the flight left. And I said, I'm off the air at 10. If you can get from our house in the valley to the radio station at 10, I think I can get you to the airport by 10:30, which gives you an hour, buys you a nice buffer zone of an hour to make your flight.
That's not a good buffer.
That's a great buffer. An hour?
That's fine.
An LAX?
Yeah.
15 minutes to walk over to where you need to go. That's plenty of time, and then you've already got your bags checked. You just have to print out those little sticky tags, put them on there, do the drop-off, go to your gate.
It doesn't allow, it does not allow a lot of buffer. It does not allow a lot of...
It allows nothing to go wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
You need everything to kind of go right. You need security to kind of be moving. And as you know, at the airport, it's a gamble. Whenever it feels like there's some weird thing with the universe where, and you know this if you travel at all, when you allow yourself a lot of time, you never need it. Like whenever you say, I'm going to be responsible, today's going to be a crazy day, the media is telling us pack our patience, so you get there all early.
Oh,
and
every pack your patience day, I get to the airport and
there's no
it's
one
dead.
there.
Yes.
And then the other times where you're like, it's just a random Tuesday. This should be fine. There's no special holiday coming up right
And
now.
it's
All of a sudden, there's a line for security. It's like out into the street.
Or the horseshoe's jammed.
Right. Oh, for sometimes that makes no sense.
Yeah, where you're like, okay, so it's taking me 20 minutes just to turn right into the airport.
So the plan was very simple. And in general, I should point out in most relationships, someone likes to get there early and someone likes to get there at the last possible second. In our relationship, I'm the kind of person that's like, I'd rather just be there. I'd rather kill a half an hour, 45 minutes at the airport than be stressed the whole way there that we're going to miss the flight.
Oh, I'd rather be there at the last minute. I don't want to spend any money at the airport.
So she starts out by telling me, we get off the air, I say, hey, are you almost here? And she goes, no. We are in traffic. There's all sorts of traffic in the canyon. It says I'm not even going to get to KROQ till about 10:30. So now we're already a half an hour behind. A half an hour behind when I needed to go. And I said, I don't think you're going to make your flight.
No,
and I said,
absolutely not.
I said, I'm even looking at it from here right now. It's going to take me 30 minutes, but 30 minutes red. 30 minutes red, as you know, sometimes
could
means
easily be 45
easily.
Yeah.
So I said, listen, I don't know. I'll do what I can do. And
she should just redirect the Uber driver to the airport.
Well, I said she didn't have an Uber here. She had a friend drive her here.
My God, what a life this woman has.
A friend took her here. Well, it was her assistant, but also friend, but brought her here. And I said, I will get you from here to the airport. I said, this friend is not driving you need to drive a certain way when you're trying to make everyone knows there's a certain way you drive when you're trying to make a flight at the airport.
Oh, you need to lean in. You need to be paying attention
it's
to
Fast and Furious time.
Yeah, anytime that a lane opens up, boom, get in that lane.
There's like 2 times you have permission to drive like a total asshole on the road, and it's trying to make a flight and someone's in labor or about to give birth. Those are ones that we've all accepted you can do.
And before 5 a.m.
Right, and of course when we come into work in the morning, and anyone who's on the road right now, probably. So she gets here. In fact, I even said to her, "You're not even going to make it to KROQ by 10:30. I know where you are." I drove towards where she was to pick her up right when she got out of the canyon because I said I got to take over this driving. She's just
oh my God, you had to do like a
switch. So I pull over side of the road. Grab her bags out of that car.
Well, and what's the point of that? Because you are still backtracking. You're going farther away from the airport.
But I think that I have a better way of zigging and zagging to get to LAX than her friend,
this
for
is
sure.
Ridiculous.
So I already backtracked up towards the wrong direction, pull over, gas station, said, get in. I grabbed the luggage. I throw it in the car. I said, let's go. Strap
and there's
in.
a lot of luggage.
2 check bags. 2 check bags.
For 3 days?
And what sitcom is this?
Not a sitcom, my actual life.
Okay.
So now
I'm better at the zigging and the zagging. I'll pick you up.
So
Meet me in the canyon.
She's in the car, and I'm making moves. I mean, I am, and I say, look, right now, it says we're going to get there at the airport about 23 minutes before your flight leaves, which means they're not even going to take your luggage.
No.
I don't know what the rule is, but I think it's like 30 minutes or 45 minutes or something. But
I think domestic is 45.
And I was like, I will make every move I can possibly make. And I also think that the maps, and I had everything open. I had Google Maps open, Waze open. I think they all give different stuff, but I'm very convinced, especially by LAX, they kind of don't necessarily give you the best route. Sometimes they give you routes because they want you to drive by certain places. They want you to stop by Arco, or they want you to...
I'm sure there's that much thought being put into it.
I think there is. So I am just going with
you think Google Maps is in cahoots with the airport to try and pass certain places to make you stop there?
I think people pay money to have... Yes, I think that... Yes, I do, actually.
Okay.
I think that there's certain directions they try to take you on so you drive by businesses because the businesses pay to have...
So you think you know better than the map? You're trying to outsmart the map?
Yeah, and so far, and I'm doing great. And I'm actually watching the clock tick down because I'm making so many moves. I'm making side road moves. I'm cutting through parking lot moves. And I'm now at a point where I've gotten it to her. She's going to be at the airport 40 minutes before. I've somehow made up 17 minutes just in my alley. I swear to you.
I don't believe you.
I get all the way to La Tejera. I'm almost now at LAX. And I am like, I think we could do this. And she's like, I can see she's getting excited, but she's also yelling at me because, she's like, just stop driving like it. You're going to get us killed and this and that. I go, don't worry about it. I got this. And I'm really making moves. I mean, like the most aggressive and best driving I've ever done. And we are getting so close. And I see that there's like road construction up ahead. I'm looking like 3 moves ahead. So I cut down an alleyway, avoid that. I go a little bit down a one-way street on an alley just to kind of make a big move, probably save 5 minutes, watching the clock tick down, tick down, tick down. And I'm getting so close. And I'm like, I could get her there 45 minutes right at luggage
She could take an earlier flight.
We could be here yesterday. Keep going. And she is going, and we're about to get there, and I'm like, we are here. Now I see LAX. I see the pull-in. I'm like, this is it. We've now made it, and I cannot believe how much time I've saved.
Yeah, but what terminal is she at?
JetBlue, Terminal 5.
Oof, that's far.
And it's never good. So we're getting all the way there, and then the person that she's going to have pick her up in Miami is a friend of hers. That,
oh my God, this woman! She's got pickup people all over the place.
She calls her just to say, hey, this is when the flight gets in, and this is the person she was going to see and stay with, and the person says to her, I see this all on speaker. She goes, hey, I just want to let you know everything's moving. I think I'm going to make my flight. I land at 5 o'clock or 8 o'clock or whatever. And she goes, okay, I'll see you next week. And she goes, no, I leave today. And the person goes, what do you mean today? I'm not even in Florida. We're supposed to do this next week.
Oh my God.
And I'm like at a point now where I'm like so in the zone of getting to the airport to make this flight that I'm like still making my moves. I'm like, come on, let's go. And I go, did she just say next week? And I see my wife's face, and she's looking I see her look at her phone, double look at her calendar. And I'm like, are you not doing this till next week?
And you arrange childcare and all this other
everything.
stuff.
And she goes, oh yeah, I guess it moved to next week.
No.
And I go,
you're flying somewhere.
You better
Get
put
the
her on that plane for sure.
Yeah, you're going on a plane to Des Moines or something.
Give them the goddamn bags. We got here 45. What? And she goes, guess we could just go home now. So we just turned around and then had the longest 45-minute drive back to the valley.
Oh,
of me just
my God. What a waste of everyone's time.
Biting my lip so hard. And then she's
why do you have to bite your lip? Why can't you say, why won't you look at your calendar? I had to leave work early. I had to put everybody else in the show.
She claims that it was the other woman that made the mistake because they had a text back and forth that said, we're moving it to today. And the other person confirmed and said, okay, let's move it a week earlier. And then the other person forgot. So I don't know who's at fault here, but I know that to do a drive to the airport,
for no reason.
That is the worst. I mean,
you didn't even get to just to do a run into the Hudson News just for the hell of it.
You couldn't even stop by Arco. That sucks.
Yeah. Did you at least go to the In-N-Out?
No.
You just went straight home?
Yeah. That was really, really a moment.
Well, I'm really glad that you left early to drive somebody to the airport that didn't need it.
Next Wednesday, guys, I got to leave early.
Oh, my God.
We're going to attempt to feed each other, baby bird style, mouth to mouth. You've heard the show, but do you want to see the show? Don't answer that. Just go to KROQ's YouTube and subscribe to watch this.
You're a pink pony girl.
Klein Alley Show.
Baby.
Every weekday morning.
I like it. Thank you, lady.
How would you like... Lola Young, K-Rock, what are you and Omar cackling about in here? I leave the room for 15 seconds to come back.
God.
You guys are having a good old time.
Mm-hmm. Well, this has actually been something that's been in the works for, I think, a week or two now, and it was worth the wait. Omar, do you want to do the honors? Because I heard this on an episode of a true crime show that I was watching, and I thought, this has some sound bites in it that I know Omar, the audio sniper, could do a lot with. And, man, you delivered.
Thank you. So Klein, Allie sent me a clip of is it a podcast or is it a TV show?
It's Dateline.
Oh, it's a Dateline.
Dateline NBC.
So there's this audio, and Klein is the guy who, in the show, is
he's a person of interest at first, yes.
At a murder, right, in a murder case. And the audio, I felt like I could insert our own Klein into it and create a scene.
Yeah, great.
And,
just play it. All right, blah,
I think
blah.
it came out pretty
That's
good.
fine. Just
Klein,
play it.
Before you get upset, he didn't end up being the killer. He just ended up being a pervert.
That's right.
Great.
That's true.
But he had almost exactly your name.
Win for me. I feel great. Thank you. I remember when you played the clip of this at the beginning. His name was Calvin
His
Klein?
name was Kegan.
Kegan Klein.
Kegan Klein.
Sounds cool.
All right, great. Get ready for world premiere now. This is just some of Omar and his audio sniping at its finest. And apparently, according to Allie's reaction, I saw, boy, it's good.
Who is Klein?
Klein is the person that will solicit girls to send them pornographic photos.
Right. Oh, that is dirty.
Klein was a big, overweight,
I'm going to eat it all. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
not somebody that these girls would talk to kind of person, so he changed who he was.
I'm a handicap.
Not long after that Peeping Tom incident, law enforcement raided Klein's home.
Well, I don't know.
He's a bad guy. He's a pathological liar. He would tell us something we'd look into and it'd be a lie. He lied a lot.
Hey, don't mind me. I'm just a young boy.
Klein seemed to have a strong alibi that he was in Vegas at the time of the murders.
Yeah.
When Court TV's Barbara McDonald learned Klein was in jail, she contacted him.
Man, I am horny now.
What happened?
He talked to me. He gave me an interview from jail. So, are you aware that there's a bunch of news stories out there linking you to the Delphi murders?
I don't have no
Okay.
thought.
You have admitted that you created this fake profile, Anthony Schatz. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Why did you create that profile?
I groomed a young boy.
But when it came to contact with Libby, Klein seemed evasive.
Are you aware whether you may have talked to Libby Where were you on February 13th, 2017?
I like to smell parts of my girlfriend.
Did you have anything to do with the murders of Abby or Libby?
Me, such a bad boy.
And in the end, investigators couldn't prove he killed Abby and Libby.
We conducted a thorough investigation and ruled him out.
Another dead end.
Another dead end.
I'm boned up. I am boned up.
Klein would eventually plead guilty to 25 charges. He was sentenced to 40 years in prison.
Are you ready for the rear end? Okay, thank you. Great. What a wonderful tribute. Thank you, Omar.
You're welcome.
That was everything I could have imagined and more.
Star of Dateline.
I love the question answer section.
Can people with my name stop committing terrible crimes and giving
25 crimes.
25 crimes?
40 years in prison.
It's good to know that if I ever do get accused of doing any crimes, I'm just going to mumble instead of answer. All right, well played. That'll be
I'm a young boy.
instant hit. Shout out Omar, the audio sniper. OMG, this is everything. Wow.
Hashtag Dateline NBC.
Praise pouring through all over the text line for the great Omar Khan. I'm going to go rethink my alibi. And also, Vegas does sound fun right about now.
Yeah.
K-Rock.
Klein Alley Show. Klein Alley Show.
KROQ, the world famous KROQ. KROQ.
Get your flowers pouring through on the text line. People saying, well done, audio sniper. That's why he's the best. That's just a... that's
So
not
many people
me.
with suggestions of other sound clips to use, too, which is great. 831 Omar, at the end of the clip where he gets sentenced, you also should add his puppy noises.
We don't need any more. It's fine as it is.
Yeah.
He was sentenced to 40 years in prison.
Are you ready for the rear end? We don't need to add more sounds to it. It's fine.
714, oh my God, I fell off my chair. 949, I can't stop laughing. Kudos to Omar. Jake, take notes, Jake.
Let's not forget
early nomination for Song of the Year.
Not a song. and let's not forget for a moment, before we give all this glory to Omar, who's the guy that said all the dumb things during the story over the many years. Me.
Yeah,
you're trying to now take credit for this?
That's right. I didn't realize the audience would like it so much.
But who is an idiot first?
Right.
Me. That's who. And who is a pervert? The other Klein.
Yeah, let's not get confused here. I know there's new listeners don't understand that was a lot of clever editing, and they think that that's a real story. Oh, Klein was on Shark Tank and on Dateline? Wow. I was not on Dateline. That was a different guy with a different name and a different spelling, I believe. And Omar just got real clever with his
no, it wasn't different
witchcraft.
spelling.
Well, whatever. He did some sort of weird audio witchcraft and made me look like a real deviant.
Oh, well,
and I am a deviant.
Klein was the focus, but you're the star.
Mm-hmm. No, we're not playing it again. People demanding
we are
an encore.
absolutely playing that again.
I think it's been deleted, the file.
310, I'm at my desk stealthily watching the live stream.
All right.
I'm so glad I got to hear that at work. 310, OMFG, I'm crying. Stop, guys. I got to drive straight. This isn't safe.
Well, it's not real, so just understand that I did very few of those things. I mean, that guy sounds like he was living a fun life. I'll be honest, a little jealous. Went to Vegas and whatever, but...
Well, having watched the actual episode, I can say that you are much more attractive than Kegan Klein.
Thank you. I'll take that as a win. Here on KROQ, also final chances to get locked in on eggs for an entire year. The most expensive, valuable prize we've ever given out used to be Coachella tickets. Still pretty important. You win a pair of tickets to Coachella, you're doing all right. But to win eggs for an entire year with the unpredictable egg prices going around, that could be even sweeter. And we have not one but two chances for you to score a does on today's show and potentially eggs for an entire year. Tomorrow, all of the winners of the dozen will be in here battling it out, and someone will leave with all the eggs they could possibly handle. Let's get to your news now, then we'll get into a brand new hour of the show.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
All right, the airline wars are heating up. When one airline makes a change, another one swoops in to take advantage. And now Southwest recently announced that they will start charging for checked bags, which is sad because they were the last ones holding out. And many suspect that Southwest will lose their loyal customers, which has inspired Frontier Airlines to announce that they are now not charging for checked bags, at least for the summer. They're temporarily selling these economy bundle tickets that include a seat assignment and a carry-on bag. Already a big upgrade for that airline. And then if you enter the code free bag, you can also get free checked bags for summer travel. And the Frontier CEO, Barry Biffle, said, some airlines are walking away from what travelers love, but we are running towards it. And if travelers show us the love, we'll make sure that these perks are permanent.
I do like the fact that we talked about this when fast food got super expensive, and then all the fast food places tried to kind of out-cheap each other by going, we'll offer the $2 meal. Well, we got the $1 meal.
Did I not call it?
Right, you said that they would start trying to kind of undercut each other. Who can be the most?
Yes, and try and offer airline perks again, because that was the MO when it first started was, hey, well, we've got this and we've got that and we've got better snacks and we include the in-flight meals, and it was all gravy. It was all good stuff. And then one person took it away.
Yep.
And then COVID happened and more got taken away. And now people are going to start traveling less because of all the flight problems that are happening everywhere. And now they're trying to lure people back. A lot of airlines are not doing well. And the first thing you can do, airlines, is not charge us for everything.
If you remember not too long ago when you didn't have to pay for any bags, it was one airline that started. I forget if it was American, I think, or United, but one of them started. And they're like, we're going to start charging for bags now because of the fuel. That's what it was, right? The fuel got really expensive, I think, after 9/11. There was the fuel surcharge, and then they started...
And everyone was like blown away by the fact that they were charging for bags.
But then other airlines are like, people are still flying. They're paying, so let's start charging as well. And they were generating, hundreds of millions of additional revenue for something that they were doing pretty much for free, or at least cooking into the cost of the ticket.
Yeah, but it wasn't going back into the airline. They weren't double checking that all the bolts were screwed in properly.
Yeah.
So what's all the money going towards?
That's, I'm ready to roll it on back. Let's go back to the freeze.
I know. And I know that people have loyalty still to certain airlines and disloyalty to places like Frontier. Like, you still feel this weird sense of gross when you fly Frontier. But I think just go for it. It's really about the price at this point. And yes, Frontier treats you like crap, and they were kind of rude to you from start to finish, and they let you know what you didn't pay for. But still, at the end, you get to where you need to go. All right, March Madness starts today, but did you fill out your bracket wrong? Experts in AI says that you probably have. And this is according to a University of Illinois computer science professor, which he did a bunch of research and used AI and past tournament results to determine that you need to, when you fill out your bracket, flip it on its head. You have to fill out the bracket from the inside out. And the best round to start with was the Elite Eight or the Final Four.
I agree.
Once you do that, you've narrowed down who you think the finalists are going to be, and then you work your bracket out from there, and you're more likely to have better results overall for your bracket.
I'd like to see this D-Bag's bracket and see how quickly he's going to be out.
He's got 0 picks right.
Right, exactly.
But mathematically, what he's saying...
I did an AI tool to help me.
It does make sense a little bit. I know he was trying to explain this whole thing with a giant wedgie that it was given to him, but I do think...
It was hard to hear him with his face in the toilet.
Yeah, I do think sometimes you fill it out starting, at the games today, and you start like going, all right, well, Yale, maybe they get an upset, and then next thing you finally get to your Final Four, you're like, I don't have any good teams left. What did I do?
Right.
So it does make sense at least to do it backwards.
Is that how you did it, though?
I did it. I've done a few brackets this year. One of them I actually did use AI to help me fill it out.
We should get Vanessa to pick one because, or do one because, I like the way she picks because, she'll pick on the colors or the team's names or whatever.
She couldn't even name. Vanessa, pull up some of the games today. I bet you she would have a hard time. We should do a bracket as to which team she could even pronounce correctly. and decide which one will make
Like
it through.
Villanueva?
Just on pronunciation alone. Look at the top. Vanessa, go to a bracket for today. I'm going to say the first game.
She's definitely looking at images of actual brackets right now.
She's looking at Home Depot.
Do you want it for shells?
L bracket?
Yeah.
Vanessa, put the first game you see. Let's see which team. I'm trying to think which one. Will she be able to get one right, both right, or none right?
Just to correctly pronounce the team names?
Yes.
Gosh, I don't know who's playing today because I have not paid attention. I think she'll get one.
I'm going to say.
I think I'm Googling this wrong.
Yep.
She won't be able to get the brackets.
I don't think she'll be able to figure out what's happening.
What did you Google?
March bracket. What did I Google? March Madness Men's NCAA tournament.
That's right.
Like, what are the names of the basketball?
What are the names of the basketball?
Okay, here we go.
Oh, she's only into
Johnny's also
volleyball.
helping me. Their website's not very user-friendly.
All right, good.
Okay, volleyball.
Wrong sport.
Okay, I found it.
All right, give me
I'm
the.
looking for today.
Give me the first game that you see. I'm going to say she'll get 0 right.
So it's Louisville versus Creighton.
Okay, nice. I take the fun out.
I love it. That's amazing.
We'll cover. You know what? We'll change the plan for today. We're going to cover
all
some of
March Madness.
March Madness all show long with Vanessa.
All right, Billy Corgan of the Smashing Pumpkins is a very busy man. He's currently turning Melancholy, the album, into an opera. He's also potentially getting a DNA test to prove that he's Bill Burr's brother, but he still had time to make a baby. And congrats to Billy and his wife Chloe, who have just welcomed their third baby. It's a little girl, and they said that their older kids are thrilled and cannot wait till she's old enough to play. So that's just another child that can fall asleep during our next interview with Billy Corgan.
That guy loves sex. He keeps churning out these kids.
Well, and he's 58,
Yeah,
dude.
good
He's
for him.
58 and just had a kid.
He is a smashing pumpkin for sure. We get into a brand new hour of the show right now.
106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Good morning and welcome to one of the greatest sports days of the year. It's round one NCAA tournament. Vanessa's got another battle she's going to share with us right now as she's looking at a bracket for the very first time. Will she be able to say the names correctly of either of the teams playing? In which game, Vanessa?
Purdue versus High Point.
She got both of them that time. We'll go through the bracket throughout the show today. This is the hour we check in with Johnny, speaking to the future of America. Johnny was speaking at a middle school in Pacoima.
A lot of kids with a lot of hope for the future.
You know what I noticed Johnny does during his speeches is he tries to engage the crowd. So whenever he brings up anything, he immediately goes, hey, I work in radio. How many of you guys know what radio is? And then he goes, I used to work at Costco. How many of you guys know what Costco is? He like, throughout his speech, every time he said anything, he immediately tried to get the crowd involved. And it got to a point where he's like, so I used to work 2 jobs. How many of your parents work 2 jobs? He turned everything into a question.
Well, I think at that point they were just laughing at him.
Yeah, well, at some point I think you actually hear the kids get up and leave in the middle. But he claims he crushed another one of his motivational speeches to students.
Well, and I wonder how Johnny feels being the oldest one for once.
Well, the whole thing starts, Allie. I mean, I don't want to give too much away because we'll listen to this later, but he says, all right, you guys are all in 8th grade, right? And they're like, yeah, whatever. And he's like, so what does that make you guys? Like 16 or 14 or 19? And one kid yells like 12. And he's like, all right, well, you know what I'm talking about. It's like the weirdest start to it, but we'll get into that a little bit later this hour on the show. If you need us, lots of ways to get involved. 800-520-1067. You're listening for the sweet sounds of a chicken with bird flu. When you hear that, call us up, get yourself a dozen eggs, and potentially you join us in studio tomorrow to battle it out for eggs for an entire year. That's going to be a great prize, and it is courtesy of our friends at Albertsons Vaughn's Pavilions. We'll make that happen for you coming up potentially later this hour on the show, and then those Coachella tickets. That will happen at some point this morning. So we get into everything we have in store for you after this. We go through all of the many different apps people use to keep tabs on their neighbors. It's time for us to officially meet the neighbors.
Meet the neighbors. That's what you gotta do. Say hello, shake a hand, share a smile, and make a friend. Meet the neighbors. Their dog just crapped in your yard.
Thank you. That is a song that was given to us by Allie's real-life neighbor, Ray Heppenstolz, and he is quite the musician. He's got new music he's dropping all the time. And
Ray Heppenstall, yeah, he sent me a new video, too, of him riding a motorcycle while playing the guitar.
Allie, what's happening in your neighborhood this week?
Well, there is quite a conversation happening on my app right now, from started by a woman named Karen, so you can imagine how this is going.
I feel like most conversations on these apps start by a woman named Karen.
Yeah, and so it starts, this woman, Karen Whitman, in Quail Run, and it starts, too many flamingos. Hi, neighbors. I've noticed an increasing number of pink lawn flamingos popping up around our neighborhood. While some may find them charming, others might see them as tacky. Could we discuss setting some guidelines for lawn ornaments to maintain our community's aesthetic?
Oh, boy.
Now, this has really derailed. There's over 100 comments and counting. And one person named Alex said, "Did you call the police?" People are always saying that on here.
Did you call the police? What would the police do? I couldn't get the police to help me find a stolen car.
Her, like, why don't you call the police? Because people are always saying that on Nextdoor, right? And she was like, "No, I didn't call law enforcement, Alex. It's not illegal." And then another person said, "Are you kidding me? This is absolutely ridiculous." And then she responds, "Teresa, I'm sorry. I see that your profile picture has a flamingo in it, and I'm sorry to offend."
Oh, wow.
And then the person said, "That's definitely not a flamingo. It's an egret." Then another woman named Anna chimes in and goes, "Oh, this is absolutely outrageous, and don't even get me started on the absolute anarchy happening on people's lawns with the measuring of the blades of grass." And they're obviously trolling Karen at this point. And then she goes, "Oh, I agree." And then this other woman says, "I don't think she was serious, Karen. She's just messing with you." And then Alex responds again and said, "Anna, did you call the police?"
The funniest part about the Nextdoor neighborhood apps, whatever, is that the person that is upset enough to post, it takes it very seriously. And most of the people in the comments are, I think at this point, just going into full mockery mode.
Yes, they're obviously being sarcastic. Right. And she's like, "No, I didn't try calling the police. Wait, yes, these are ridiculous things about the blades of grass lengths."
I feel like there's something that those flamingo, I forget, one of the places I lived, there was like something that was happening in the neighborhood where they were doing that as like a feel-good sort of like, there was a mystery person that was going around and moving the flamingos from house to house. Like you
funny.
got flamingoed. It was like the fun way of getting like toilet papered.
Well, and then there's a whole other conversation happening about how it's swinger code.
Oh, it means you're swinging
to have flamingos out. And then Karen was like, "But I thought that meant pineapples. And what about the pineapples?" And there's a whole conversation about swingers. It was wild.
Jake, what's happening in your neighborhood?
This is from Ann in Burbank. She says, "I tried to do a mail stoppage at USPS online, which I've done countless times before, and they now say I have to do it at a branch. How in God's name is this more efficient? They're canceling federal services just for the sake of doing it. Zero plan or in-game. This is insanity. At what point do people say no more? This is basically communism." And Janice said, "Frightening."
Yeah, that sounds like something Janice would say.
Frightening.
I feel like her response, if you look at anything she's ever commented on, is
It's
probably
just
always frightening. Penelope's upset.
Coyote, frightening.
It's funny you mentioned coyote, Allie, because Penelope says, "Guys, warning, coyotes all over the place. I've attempted 3 times to take pictures of them, and each time they have run off. So here is a picture of the tree that they were in front of."
Oh, my God.
This is a person now that has not been able to actually capture coyotes in the neighborhood, but wanted to let people know where they found them, and they were unable every time. The coyotes, this is legitimately a Looney Tunes cartoon come to life. She cannot catch the coyote, and she's attempting to get pictures of them, but instead she goes, "Here's a picture of a trash can that I think they were rummaging through. If this is your trash can." Meanwhile, the trash can, I just want you to see, Allie, is a standard black trash can.
Oh, my God, with nothing identifiable in the background. But nice grass.
Good grass. They got their blades right.
Yep.
I will try to get a better picture next time. Someone said, don't bother. You're clearly not good at taking pictures of coyotes.
I know. She's definitely in the minority. I feel like Nextdoor apps are just all pictures of coyotes.
And coyotes are so unintimidated by us now that they're actually pretty easy to take pictures of.
They are.
I've actually doubled back. Sometimes when I'm driving here in the morning, I'll see a pack of them, and I'll be like, oh, I should take a picture of that. And I'll back my car up slowly. They'll all just sit there and watch me.
Yeah, they're like, hey, sup?
They're not intimidated at all. So the fact that this woman 3 different times attempted and got outsmarted by coyotes to get a picture.
And also, putting a picture up of an innocuous tree and trash can doesn't help anybody.
No.
How is anyone going to look and be like, I know that tree.
Right.
I better watch out for that area.
But also, we've accepted the fact that the coyotes are here. They're everywhere. They're not going to go anywhere.
I don't care about them anymore at all.
Yeah, it used to be. I remember there was like a time when I would go like, whoa, coyote. And now I just kind of, like you said.
They're integrated into our community.
They're just a part of us.
They're there.
It's
Sometimes they're taking our babies and our small dogs, but that's on us.
Right. It's kind of like when a Panera opens up. You're like, all right, well, there's another one. You don't really get that excited about it. You're like, there it is. That's
all those are there.
Yeah, they're there. There's another one over there.
Don't know why it's still there, but it's there.
It's there. Not going to take a picture of it. Quick break. Back with more show next.
It's KROQ Festival Fever. We're hooking you up with tickets to a different music festival every day this week. I got a fever all day today. Listen at 9, noon, 3, and 6 to win your way into
Coachella, April 18th to 20th at Empire Polo Club.
Featuring
Welcome to a new kind of attention. Just take some time, little girl in the middle.
Lady Gaga, Post Malone, Green Day, Jimmy Eat World, Lola Young.
'Cause I'm too messy.
The Beaches, Joe, Basement Jacks, and more.
I think you're scared of being basic.
Courtesy of Golden Voice.
It's KROQ Festival Fever.
Keep listening to win.
The Subaru A Lot to Love event.
Are you ready?
I'm not ready because I already think I know what this is, but there's an intervention that is apparently being called. And I am, I guess, the victim. Is that the right word? No?
No, you're the recipient. Yeah,
you're the victim. Excuse me. It's
you've got this wrong already.
I'm doing something that is affecting you all, and you would like to intervene
Numerous
on
things.
Yeah, but Klein, we have to start out by saying we love you. And we're telling you this because we love you and we want the best for you. And I know you're turning into the person that you don't want to be. I know that you would see yourself walking down the street and you would say, that poor sucker, I can't believe he's living his life that way.
Well, I don't accept your love.
Why?
Well,
Come on,
this
is just resistance.
This is a silly way to start. And usually I thought the way it's supposed to work is I'm supposed to walk into a room thinking that we're having a pizza party, and then you guys are all sitting in a circle going
yeah, let's get some pizza.
Yeah, I mean, you could have at least gotten me some effing pizza here.
Okay.
That was always the most jealous of that part of the intervention, was the part where the people got like a cool surprise party for like a second, and then they realized, oh, wait.
And they're like, have a seat, we're actually in a conference room.
Yeah, like I at least wanted that part of it.
Oh, everyone's here. Hey, guys, what's going on?
This is my half birthday?
It was like the first 30 seconds.
Yeah.
There's something new that you're doing. There have been things that you've been doing for a while. Yes, you are on your phone a lot, and we'll get to that. But there is something specifically I want to bring up, and then I'll let everyone else share different ways that you're affecting them negatively.
Not Vanessa. She's not sharing, is she?
Yes, she is.
I'm sharing.
Vanessa. Thought we're cool.
Now, after the show is over, 95% of the time, as soon as we get off the air, we say our goodbyes, have a moment to ourselves, start to talk about the show for tomorrow and what we want to do. You take out your AirPods and you put them in your ears and you just leave them there. Might not be on a phone call, might not be watching or listening to anything, but you've got them in there. I called you out on this at one point and you said it's so I don't lose them.
Yep.
You're the guy
Stand by
that's
that.
walking around with AirPods in at all times, even though you're not on a phone call. And you will do this during meetings. You will have your AirPods in during meetings while we are trying to put together the show. I have no idea what you're looking at. If anything, I don't know if you're paying attention or not. Don't be the AirPods guy. Please, you're bigger than this. You're better than this. You don't need to be the AirPods guy. Just put them away.
All right, well, let me just start by saying I can already stop this problem. I lost them.
Oh, great. All right, next.
Really? You did? You lost
Yeah,
them?
because
So your big plan did not work whatsoever?
Yeah, because I didn't put them in my ears one time, and now I've lost them. So I have the case, but I don't have the AirPods.
But there are many different things that you are doing to avoid direct communication and contact. Jake, do you want to go next?
No, hold on. I thought we just solved the problem. Problem solved.
No, there's
numerous problems.
There's numerous problems that are funneling through the same thing.
BS. That's not how interventions work. You pick one thing. You're on meth. Let's deal with the meth.
The problem is that you're not present and you're not listening. There are a lot of different ways that you're doing this, and there are a lot of different people who are affected by this individually.
I listen better than anyone. I'm the best listener. I do.
Jake?
Yes, dear Klein.
Oh, I hate this. I'm not listening.
Your behavior has affected me negatively in the following ways. When I load audio onto Vox and tell you what it is, and you don't acknowledge that I said anything, and I have to say, "Do you hear that?" and you still don't say anything. And I say, "Klein," you go, "Yo, yeah." And then when I talk to you over the comm to tell you something or ask you if you're good on audio, and you don't answer me. But actually, it's worse. You do answer me, but you don't take the effort to press the button. And I see you on video not pressing the button, but saying stuff as if you pressed the button. I can't hear you if you don't press the goddamn button.
Wow.
This is not a good intervention.
Also, you still owe me $300.
First of all,
that's irrelevant.
I've seen intervention. They've never yelled at the person like that and made them feel bad about it.
No, they're supposed to cry instead.
We do a lot of checks and secondary checks. It's too many checks. I say, can you put the audio in? If the audio's in, to me, that mission accomplished. I don't need hey, did you get the audio? You need a good job? You need a pat on the ass?
He needs confirmation that you received it.
Allie, how annoying is pushing this button?
It's not annoying.
Oh,
you reach for it, and you're like an inch away.
And then you can't do the extra inch. Right. I end up pushing it a lot for you because you can't make the effort.
Fine. Let me bring up something that just happened like 10 minutes ago, and I did not get confirmation on this, and this is part of the problem. Is I put in this brand new, shiny goat line bed that we're supposed to use when we go through the goat line bed, right?
Yes.
And I chime in, and you're distracted because you edit everything last minute. I'm like, hey, dude, just so you know, the goat line bed is in there. And I don't hear anything, so I'm guessing that you heard me and you see it in the system because I loaded it in the system.
That was a fail.
Did you play the goat line bed?
No, I did not.
No. Why?
I had my AirPods in. I was tuning you out.
Which 909 said, what do you care, Allie? It's none of your business what he's doing with his AirPods. And generally, it's not.
No, I don't
it's
want to
when
be that
we
guy.
are at work
I don't want
in
to
a
be that
meeting.
guy. Sometimes you see some people that you see go, I don't like that. I don't know that person, but I don't like them based on that. And I don't want to. Once people get to know me, they don't like me. But I want them to get to know me first. I don't want them to not like me just on how I appear.
Exactly.
And when I put the AirPods in, it was my plan to not lose the AirPods.
But in a meeting situation where you're talking to people, it cancels out like 75% of the audio, the sound.
No, it doesn't, because they're not on.
Yes, it does.
They're just resting.
Not on. How big are your ears?
Dude, look at them. They're huge. Look how big my ears are. They're massive.
No wonder you lost them.
Yeah, I'm sure. I think could be in there right now.
All right, Johnny.
There are 4 pairs in there.
Johnny, do you want to go?
I don't like this intervention, and I think we've covered it.
I'm ready.
We've covered enough. One thought per break, guys. Too many thoughts.
Okay, mine is really quick. Mine is just, and I know this kind of lends itself to your disability, but I have...
What? Lends itself to my disability? You're the guy that thought the Iditarod was hauled around by a bunch of Jamaican guys.
All right, stop deflecting.
It lends itself to your ADT, but I have one for when you want.
ADT?
You got the disability.
Your security system?
ADHD.
All right, let's move on to Vanessa.
ADHD.
All right, let's hear Johnny out. I like what he's saying. Go ahead.
Whenever we're talking to you or I'm talking to you, you do this thing where you kind of listen, but then like after like 4 or 5 seconds, you start like drifting and walking away from when we're talking to you. And you're like halfway out the door with your bag, and you're like, all right, yeah, I'll tell son, and then you get caught up in a conversation.
Guys, I understand the point.
Yes, but then what Omar's saying is that you aren't really listening. You're just trying to make us think that you're listening to us.
I am listening. Sometimes it doesn't need to be said in such a long... Johnny will say, like, hey, I'm going to post something today at 2 o'clock. I go, all right, cool. To me, that's everything I need. He goes, thinking about 2's better than 2:30, because if I go 2:30, it's going to be too close to it. I walk out. I don't need all that. It's too much information.
All right.
I got a busy day.
Vanessa?
Piggybacking at everyone, pretty much. Is that how you say it? Anyways, when we have meetings and you're on your phone.
Guys, I hate meetings.
And you're like in social media, I don't know if you're paying attention to what I'm saying. And you know I don't speak very well, so I need full attention.
Vanessa, what did you just say?
Exactly. Exactly.
I know what you said. In fact, here's the big.
We are not feeling heard, is
All right,
what we're telling
all right.
you, Klein.
You're a bunch of whiners is all.
You're not listening.
Can I say something? Allie thinks because she's doing this on a keyboard, she has her computer. I use my phone for everything. My computer is almost useless.
You
to me.
use it for everything because you like that we don't know what you're doing on it.
I don't care what you do. You put it on. You can put all my stuff up on the screen. I'm not hiding anything. I'm not.
Yes, but you're also. We've learned that humans are not good multitaskers. You can't be reading things, pulling clips on your phone, and listening to us at the same time.
Yeah,
you're not able to do it.
But you're doing it on your computer, right? So you think because you have a laptop.
No, I'm filling out the schedule. I'm working.
Right. Yeah. What do you think I'm doing on my phone? So you think you're better than me because you're going.
I'm typing. Yeah, that's more official.
Vanessa's asking us, hey, do you guys want to have this guest on? Now, as soon as she says that, I'm already on their Instagram looking at it going, let's see what this guest, let's see what they got going on. I'm already researching things she's talking about.
Yes, but then we will ask you a question and you will not answer.
I'm sorry, what?
909 said he is listening. He just doesn't care.
That's right.
He is listening. He's just not paying attention.
Leslie?
Yes. Klein.
Yeah, hi.
I think you're at the age now that you're using your AirPods as a hearing aid.
Okay.
Mystery solved.
Get off my lawn.
310 said that they are completely on your side. # free Klein.
Thank you.
So you do have supporters, Klein.
Thank you. All right. Well, anyone else have anything like that, or does everyone feel like they've been heard?
I feel better. Do you guys feel better?
I feel so good.
You also stole my Instagram photo.
Jake
has many problems with you.
Jake,
this is a different thing.
I stole your Instagram photo? I will defend this story. This is so ridiculous. I'm driving down from the mountain. I'm driving us back from, because I'm the driver, of course. Let me do an intervention on you lazy asses that I got to drive around. All right. So now I'm driving you. They're giving me a hard time because I'm trying to drive and take a picture of a cool view driving down the mountain, okay?
Multitasking again.
And they all say, come on, focus on the road, dude. You got all these lives in here, these valuable lives. So I said, fine, Jake, do me a favor. Get a picture. So Jake takes a picture. I said, send it to me.
Mm-hmm.
It was a nice picture, so I posted it. What did you want, a goddamn credit?
You said you didn't give him photo credit.
Oh, F you, Jake.
Because I cropped it. I did the vibrance. I made the contrast. I made it cool.
Whatever, man. I don't accept this intervention. That last point is the stupidest thing ever.
Strike that from the record,
all right,
please.
Forget this whole thing. It's KROQ. Thank you, everyone. Klein Alley Show. It's your time to shine if you're one of these people that has a job that you don't actually do anything at. I have friends, and I swear to you, they have jobs, legitimate jobs. They've had jobs for a while. And when I ask them what they do, they cannot explain what they do. And I go, do you even need to be there? And they kind of...
Is it Johnny?
His name is Johnny, and he works on our show. But the reality,
can't explain
We're going to hear him explain in moments to the youth of America. But the question is, because right now there is all this talk about how productivity is going to come to a grinding halt today. March Madness games tip off momentarily, games all day, there's buzzer beaters, brackets, and as a result, people get nothing done. And I want to celebrate the people that year-round don't get a lot of productivity done because they have either figured out how to do nothing at their job, or you always hear about these people that have these jobs that they go, I show up, I sit at my desk, I eat my lunch, I leave, I literally accomplish nothing day in, day out, but they're still paying me, so I'm going to keep doing it.
And I wonder when we hear from people how many of them are going to be in-office workers versus remote workers, because there are ways to do nothing at home or in the office. And I think that people that go into the office potentially do even less than the people who are at home.
I agree. At home, sometimes you've got to try to overachieve to make up for the fact that you're still in your underwear, and it's like 2 in the afternoon.
But here, you're like, I'm here.
Right. So what is the thing that you do, and how, and you can be anonymous if you need to be because no one wants to lose their job over this, but I am very curious to hear your stories as to if you believe that you are the least productive person on a daily basis. Philip on KROQ, good morning.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Doing fine. You sound already not that productive just in your hello, but what is it that you do for a job, and what is it that you don't do while you have a job?
Well, I'm still in bed at the junkyard as we speak, and basically I hang out with my friends all day, and then we're at the junkyard, you know?
Are you getting paid for this, or do you just live in a junkyard?
Well, I do night security, so I charge them $10 a night. And then they buy me like a good lunch every day, which is about $20. And then if I'm hanging out with them all day, they give me $20 at the end of the day.
So your night security, meaning you're just kind of sitting there hanging out with your friends because they've paid to stay overnight, and most of the time there's really not much going on. So you're just hanging out and getting free food?
Well, there's a lot of there's tow trucks coming in. There's a lot of activity, you know.
But you do nothing? I mean, it sounds like your job used to be done by a pit bull.
Well, I mean, I'm like I said, I'm hanging out with my friends, you know. I got charismatic personality, so
you do have charismatic.
Definitely does.
Super charismatic.
First thing I was thinking when I heard you say hi is you're charismatic.
You've got charisma.
So you get to live that. So you like the job. It's a good job, but your productivity is at an all-time low. Technically, have you had to actually step into action and do security for any real reason?
Well, if you need some car parts, I got some car parts for sale.
Ooh, so is that like a side hustle for you?
A little bit.
Yeah.
You know?
All right.
But does this job pay well? Like, is it a good setup?
He told us.
It doesn't.
$10 an hour or something like that, and lunch.
a night.
$10 a night, and $10 a night.
No, he charges his friends $10 a night to stay there.
Well, I don't pay rent, so I'm not paying that $1,200.
How could you pay rent when you're sleeping on a pile of garbage? You're at the junkyard. Something's not adding up.
I feel
here.
like I'm getting more and more confused.
Hey, listen, that's one job. Listen, that
Does
guy's-
he live in like a guard shed?
Philip, where do you live exactly? Is there a structure?
No, it's Brantford Street, Los Angeles.
Okay, you live on the street. All right.
Fair enough. Let's say hi to Becky. Becky, what is it that you do for a job? Productivity is going to be at an all-time low today, tomorrow, as people are watching March Madness. But some people have figured out a way to never have productivity and keep a job. What do you do?
Technically, I'm supposed to be somebody who does like data entry, but every single computer that they send me never works. So I've been employed for 4 months now and I haven't done anything.
That's amazing. I believe that too, because I know someone that does, quote, document review, a buddy of mine, and he's watched every show on Netflix. He's literally watched every show on Netflix. And I go, why?
Oh, yeah.
He goes, they just send me boxes of
completely
documents
watch
and they
Netflix,
just sit there and I just send the boxes back and said I reviewed them. And I go,
what?
How long has this been going on? And this has been going on for years, this guy. He's getting a check. He works in document review, but all he does all day, he clocks in, he watches Netflix. 8 hours later, he clocks out.
Yeah,
It's
but are these like
unbelievable.
important documents
I
that
don't
do
know.
need to be gone through?
I
I mean,
have
what
no
if there's
idea.
a mistake?
I have no idea. So you're saying for 4 months, Becky, you've had a job where you're getting paid and you have done zero work.
Yeah, all I have to do is keep my computer screen on. So like every so often I just kind of tap my mouse.
Yeah, that's what he says. That's
all
the
I do.
same thing. You just got to tap the mouse. Move the mouse every couple of every 20 minutes so they know you're alive.
Yep.
That's good for
Super
you. That
easy.
you could roll.
You sound not stressed.
Hey, out of curiosity, what does that pay, Becky?
$17.50 an hour.
Oh, okay.
Move a mouse, $17.50 an hour.
That's worth it.
Joey, what is it that you do or don't do as we're talking about productivity? Workplace productivity is going to be at an all-time low because of March Madness, but some people have figured out a way to never have any productivity at the workplace. How do you do it, Joey?
I'm doing good. Good morning. I work at Costco, undercover security.
Undercover.
Man, I
so they
would
don't
love
even
that
know
job.
if you're there.
No.
Cool.
You're so undercover. I've
You're
been
like,
there in
I'm
months.
here watching. Don't worry.
So what is that means? You get to walk around in regular street clothes, eat the samples, all the stuff.
Correct. Pretty much walk around, be on my phone, pretend I'm a member, just pretty much spend all day on my phone.
You ever have to bust anybody?
Yeah.
So, dude,
So you did do your job. I mean, I guess you decide once in a while I should probably bust someone. It's been a few months since I've done anything, right?
Yeah, it's not every day. It's not like it's like in a public mall where the membership. You have to be a member to get in, so that kind of deteriorates the
Right.
shop if there's
Yeah.
So your job's even more
It's
useless.
not an everyday.
Yeah, I get it. It's a tough membership. I'll give
It's
some.
not.
If someone needs a recommendation, I'll get you in.
God, anybody could get one.
Not everyone. Not everyone. You guys have.
Literally everyone.
Well, not all. Not executive
It's not
level.
exclusive.
Not executive.
gotta get one.
Joey, thank you. Jake can't get in. All right, Jake's been rejected.
That's
From,
true.
Jake's been rejected from Costco 11 times. He's trying. All right, thank you, Joey, for what you do. That's amazing. That's actually a cool job, I would think. I mean, he's
Yeah.
technically doing the job. Very different. If you have a cool job, That's different because you're technically doing the job. I'm
Yeah.
talking about people that are just like figured out a way to get zero. Like Becky's exact example. There's so many people
They
listening
think
now.
she's doing a lot more than she's doing.
Everyone has a friend that's like Becky that has a job, they get paid, they go somewhere, and yet they accomplish nothing every day. And they know they accomplish nothing and they don't care. My sister had a job where for years she would just be on Facebook all day. I said, how do you have so much time on Facebook? She goes, I just sit at the desk and wait for someone to say they need something. But she goes, it's been years and no one's needed anything.
Well, and my sister used to have a job like that where she was an administrative assistant, but the guy was always out of the country. So when he was out of the country, she was like, I'll just book his flight and then move.
Sit there. It's
Yeah.
amazing. Kevin, final word, and then we got to move on. What's up?
I'm an IT guy who does nothing.
How long has it been since you've done nothing and had this job?
I've been employed for almost 15 years.
And you've done nothing?
Like for the first 5 years, I probably worked really hard. And then, I'm like, man, no one else is working, so I don't want to work.
So
either.
for the last decade, you have done. I mean, I don't say you work a little. You have accomplished nothing. Zero gets done.
Almost. I mean, it's like a phone goes down, I gotta go plug it in.
Oh,
Make sure
stop.
that no one
What?
can find out.
man.
Kidding me?
They need an. Have you ever been worried that they might eliminate your job or something like that?
No, I'm a union guy too.
Oh, that's the sweet stuff right there. Well, anyway, today's the day we celebrate you, all of you unproductive people. I know that today everyone gets to be unproductive. They say billions of dollars will be wasted.
$20 billion will be
billion.
wasted in productivity, and they say 40% of people will call out sick or fake working while they're checking their brackets.
But it's nice to know that there are still so many people out there in this time where it's hard to get jobs and layoffs are happening everywhere, where there's people that are working, gainfully employed, and have not done anything except plug a phone in 10 years.
Man.
That is truly unbelievable.
That's an accomplishment in and of itself, though.
Eric, go ahead, and then we have to move on because Johnny's speaking, giving words of wisdom to the future generations. What's up?
Hey, what's up? Yeah, so I'm a caregiver. I take care of this old guy. And all I do is just watch movies with him. He ordered his groceries online, so I just help him put his stuff away, which is all liquid stuff, really. But, all we do is watch. We're watching Breaking Bad now, so.
Do you pick? Do you let him pick what you watch, or do you pick what you watch because he's just sits there?
Whoa, we're not going to get picky here. I mean, I choose what we want. But I know what's best for him, so,
I know what's best for him, and it's what I like to watch.
Listen, the guy's like, I like World War II. He's like, you know what you're going to like? Breaking Bad.
And he probably thinks, he's like, this is World War II documentary, all right?
All right, well.
He's like, I didn't know we were in the desert.
If you're not having a productive day, at least you're probably more productive than Becky. Come back in a second. Johnny was once again speaking to a school. This happened previously when he spoke to UCLA. We're shocked about that. Even more shocking, he was asked to speak to a middle school in Pacoima. We would deliver the motivational speech, I guess. Someone do it next on KROQ. K-Rock, we are Klein Alley's show. It's very interesting, and we don't really know why, but at one point, a few months ago, Johnny was asked to speak at UCLA, and since then, the transfer rate at UCLA has reached an all-time high. He spoke to a class about what it's like to work here at K-Rock, and not really sure how that happened. I think it was through a salesperson that said, let's just bring Johnny because he kind of looks like one of the college kids. Johnny gave a speech. I think he winged it for the most part.
Wung it. I wung it.
He wung it.
Yep.
It's UCLA guest speaker right there.
Yep.
And we said after we aired that audio on the show, if anyone's listening at any school and would like Johnny to speak to your students, give us a call. We'll send them there. And we shockingly heard from many schools, including a middle school in Pacoima, and Johnny really wanted to go there because he grew up in Pacoima.
Yep.
And he talks about it a lot. And, Allie, at some point during this, we're going to play this for you right now.
Before we play it, did they say anything to introduce you? Like, how did the teacher introduce you and say why you were there?
I'm pretty sure she just said, hey, this is Johnny Jericho. He's from the morning show on K-Rock, and he's from here. And he's like you guys. And
oh, Johnny, you really milk that. Boy, does he bring up all the local Pacoima references to really try to relate with the kids.
But was the teacher like a listener?
Was it career day?
I knew my
what's the
what's the reason?
point?
I honestly don't know.
Was the TV broken at school? Or?
No, they had a really nice fancy projector, and I made a PowerPoint presentation that I didn't expect to work, but it actually worked.
You made a PowerPoint presentation?
Yeah, I have slides. I posted it on our Instagram right now if you want to see the goofy slides, and none of it makes sense if you look at it from afar.
Yeah,
or up close?
It doesn't make sense when you listen to it either, because I've heard it. So here he is. This is Johnny. First, he starts by explaining his job, although he can't even explain his job.
So this is where I work, and I'm on the morning show. That's on from 6 to 10 in the morning, and let me tell you a little bit about myself and what I do. There you go. So this is kind of like what I do. I can't really explain what I really do.
So right out of the gate, he wants to explain what he does, but then he can't explain what he does. Okay. So then he moves on to the next part of his speech, Allie, and this is where he talks about his roots and how he's a local boy done right.
Really, what we really do is connect with the community. And I know I probably don't look it, but I was born and raised and grew up here in Pacoima, too.
So he's saying, you may not think it by looking at me, but I also am just like you. I grew up right here in Pacoima.
What about looking at you that they would say, there's no way he's from Pacoima?
Well, the teacher that brought me in, she said, it's great that we have somebody coming in and, like, don't be jarred at first, or don't be scared at first, because literally the kids... It's nice to have somebody come in that doesn't look like the kids. Like, that was the whole point.
You look like the kids.
You look like every single kid you're talking to.
I'm probably not explaining right, but she said you kind of don't look like what they normally see on like a daily basis.
What are you talking about? They're hanging around with people just like you.
And I told her, too, I was like, it's a great thing I probably shaved my big blonde mullet that I had like a year or two ago. Because now I look kind of more normal than like before, I guess.
I don't understand the point you're making, but this is Johnny.
Is this a part of the PowerPoint?
I don't know. This is Johnny.
By the way, there's a big PowerPoint with some guy brushing his teeth.
Yeah, why is there...
Yeah, that's called brain rot, guys. On TikTok, you know when you see boring videos, you like see them playing a video game or Subway Surfer?
I have brain rot right now.
Yes, brain rot is the theme of the speech right here. Here is Johnny explaining why he knows the kids better than they know themselves.
I live right across the street from Beachy. I'm going to go shopping at El Super every Sunday with my grandma.
You know, like when bands come to a city and they make a local reference so that the city's like, yeah, they get us.
Fort Worth, I love your barbecue.
Right. All these kids are like, what the hell is he talking
Johnny's
about?
just mentioning restaurants they drive by every day, and they're not impressed. As you can hear,
they were engaged. They were listening. They actually shut up and listened during my
all the time. My grandma went to school with Richie Valens. Does anybody know who Richie Valens is?
This is when he starts.
Richie, bro. You don't know Richie Valens, bro.
Yeah. This is when he starts his question
Look,
answer.
Allie doesn't know who Richie Valens is. She's like, who the hell is Richie Valens, bro?
La Bamba, come on.
Yeah, come on.
No, I'm not saying I don't know who he is, but it's
Sing a song, go.
It's also like, why are you just trying to get cool with the kids?
I'm trying to tell them, like, look, there's people, prominent figures who have made it out of this neighborhood who grew up and were raised here. Machete, yeah, Richie Valens, Machete, Danny Trejo himself.
Right.
Oh, no, not myself.
So here he is. This is when he does the asking. Everything ends with a question to try to relate with the audience. Listen to this. He goes through a little streak here. It's funny.
Does anybody know who Richie Valens is? Yeah, of course you do. Yeah, you gotta know Richie Valens. I used to work at the Costco down the street. You guys like Costco, right?
Everything has become. Everything he mentions now follows up with a question, and he's trying to keep the kids engaged, and he claims they are, but listen, they don't sound it. Here, moving on.
Okay. I was working at Costco and a golf course. I had 2 jobs. Does anybody here have parents that have 2 jobs?
Oh my God!
She told me. She's like, all these parents and stuff. These kids have parents, whatever.
Does anyone have parents?
They have parents that work multiple jobs and stuff, so they don't ever see their kids. That was the point.
Does anyone know what a parent is? Who knows what a parent is? All right.
Maybe 3 jobs? No jobs, huh? Okay. So. These are some like 3 quotes. No, they were laughing because I said whose parents have no jobs, and a lot of kids actually raise their hands.
Now Johnny now decides to really try to inspire the children. He brought 3 quotes that inspire him. I don't know if you read these on the way in.
Yes, these are great quotes. I learned these from you guys, actually.
I don't think we've said any of these things. Listen to this.
These are some like 3 quotes that literally they'll tell you.
These are some like 3 quotes.
I think even the middle schoolers know that that's not the right grammar.
These are some like 3 quotes. It's the greatest way to get into a quote ever.
I was cooking in my brain. I wasn't really thinking. But
we should print that out as a quote and write it on our door.
These are some like 3 quotes as said by Johnny Jericho at Pacoima Middle School.
These are some like 3 quotes that literally they'll tell you and that have resonated.
They'll tell you.
Hold on, wait, get to the quote. Get to the quote. Aren't you reciting the quote, man?
That literally they'll tell you and that have resonated with me greatly.
Oh my god. Oh my.
I was getting a dry mouth at this point.
Here's the
I have
quote.
words. Does anyone else know words?
These are some like 3 quotes that resonate me. Oh, you got to pull that whole quote and put that. I want that quote put on everything. Pillows, everything. Here we go.
Whatever it is, it's terminal.
Here's quote number 1.
A closed mouth doesn't eat. That's facts. That's facts, bro.
Where did you read that?
That's applicable in everything.
Now, you said that we told you that. We never said that. No one on the show has ever said that to you.
Yes.
And I guarantee you Jake didn't say that because he eats a lot.
No, I think one of the bosses actually told me that.
A closed mouth never eats?
One of the bosses?
Yeah.
In what situation?
When they said they were not...
kind of like...
So
Were
open
they
up,
unzipping
baby.
their pants? Yeah.
If you want this job.
You want to eat? Let me feed it to you.
These are wise word quotes.
Hey, Johnny.
Was it K-Dub or who was that, man?
A closed mouth never eats. Here we go.
You want me to explain what you do? I'll show you.
Hey. Man,
you don't look like you're from Pacoima.
I feel like that is something that needs to be brought up to HR immediately. All right.
Highly problematic. Okay, what are
closed
quotes
mouth
doing?
doesn't eat. You're not going to get anywhere in life if you don't speak up.
Handle this hog.
If you don't swallow.
Speak up. You don't ask. Be brave and be bold, and the mighty forces will come to your aid.
The Mighty Forces. Are you in a Star Wars movie now?
I actually stole that from that movie, Almost Famous.
Okay.
But it works.
Yeah, but once again, these are not quotes any of us have ever said to you.
With anything. School, work, anything in life.
Great
Those
examples.
are the only schoolwork.
That's all they've done in life. They're like
All
14.
of the in-between ones.
And it's always better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Okay.
So if you're thinking of doing something devious or something that you know is daring, but you know it's going to have a really great outcome, just do it. I swear. Just literally do it.
Just do it. That's a good quote, too.
Oh,
Just go with that one.
I don't know how you think this is going to translate to
The fact that he's still getting asked to speak at schools is crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
But why would they
So
benefit
amazing.
from hearing this?
Well, I mean, they're kids. They're impressionable. You got to tell them, hey, be brave and actually like go forth with stuff, and don't be intimidated by anything.
So don't be afraid to break the rules.
Yeah. All right, fair enough.
And then, if it goes bad, then ask for forgiveness. Because I have a bit on Instagram with the show where I go to the movie theaters.
Oh, boy. Here he goes again, Allie.
No, watch.
Here he goes again.
Go ahead, watch. And I sneak chicken and food and hot dogs and pizza in my pants.
Chicken and food and hot dogs
and pizza. This is like his big closer at all these speeches. Like,
That's me.
This is his 4 score. He goes, I go to the movies with chicken and food and hot dogs in my pants.
Boom.
And then I go to see if I can get into the movie. Do you guys sneak in food when you go to the theaters?
Gotta ask.
Oh my god. You guys ever had a chicken in your pants?
I know this chicken in my pants doesn't look like it's from Pacoima, but it is.
No, I'm sneaking in chicken, ribs, and that's what I'm talking about where
had I asked them, hey, can I go to the movie theaters and sneak in food?
We
in
would
my
say,
pants?
who cares?
Yeah. You did ask
No,
us.
I told you guys, and you guys said, no, don't do it. That's so dumb, and you wrote me off.
No, we said we
until I
didn't say,
did it, and then it actually brought our highest views that we've ever had on this show.
It would have been like, Johnny.
Not the first one, though.
Yeah, the first
Not
one
the
was
first
a
one,
dud.
but it took 2, and then by the third one and the fourth
but
one,
we
we got
didn't
high
really
views.
care, though.
Yeah, I had to show you guys. I had to bring the water to the horse.
Crazy. Like, no. Like,
you had to bring the water to the horse? Is
That's
that what
another.
you're saying?
Yeah. You can't bring a horse to water, so you got to bring the water to the horse.
All right, we have to end it there. Well,
Wait, did you play the nice stuff I said about you guys and family and how like
that's the next bit coming up, but we don't have time.
I
We're
don't
way
care
behind.
let's do a part 2.
We're way behind, so we have
Let's
to.
do part 2.
Yeah, this is a part 2. People want to hear this.
We cannot do
What are
a
we going
part
to play?
2.
Bamboozle next?
Let's see. Well, we have something more important.
If you look at the
scheduled
schedule, you'd know.
Jesus Christ.
Klein Alley Show. The best way to start your day. Not counting drugs, sex, or breakfast burritos.
KROQ. Hold on, this system.
See, we should have done part 2.
System just crashed.
Oh my
on me.
gosh,
I was listening
bro.
to Johnny's motivation. We'll be right back. Quick break.
The Subaru A Lot to Love event.
Alley Show. About to get into a brand new hour of the show, and we have Coachella tickets coming up later this morning. It's Festival Fever continuing all day on KROQ. Today's Coachella Day. Be ready to win starting in about an hour. And then again at noon, 3 and 6. If you're waiting for eggs, you'll have a chance as soon as you hear the sound of that chicken with bird flu. Be caller 12 and score a does, cuz, and be in studio tomorrow to battle it out for the ultimate prize, eggs for a year. That's all coming up this morning on the show. But first, your news starts now.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
So people will forever be intrigued by the JFK assassination. There are a zillion conspiracy theories out there that the mafia did it, that the Russians did it, that the CIA was working with Lee Harvey Oswald. And a lot of people think if they could just look at the files, they could figure out once and for all what really happened. And yesterday, the big announcement was that thousands of unreleased and unredacted documents were being shared with the public. Now that some people have had a chance to skim through the thousands of pages, the general findings are, there's no real big plot twist, there's no big reveal, there's nothing to suggest anything other than what we already know, which is Lee Harvey Oswald shot Kennedy and was likely the only shooter. But the one thing that is interesting to conspiracy theorists is that there's more information about how the CIA was tracking Lee Harvey Oswald leading up to the assassination, because he was on their radar. He had moved to Russia. He married someone from Russia. He moved back, and he moved back to Dallas, which just happened to be where Kennedy was going to be. And whether he was working with the CIA or if he was just being monitored by them, it raises a lot of...
They have recordings, too, and I pulled some audio. You guys want to hear the
yes, I'd love to hear it.
I would love to.
These are some, 3 quotes that literally they'll tell you and that have resonated with me greatly.
Beautifully said.
Lee Harvey.
I can't believe that guy.
What are we going to do with you?
That sounds like something Kennedy would have said after he was shot in the head.
I'm going to shoot the president, but ask for forgiveness, not permission.
Not permission. The funny part about it is all the conspiracy theorists out there, you'd think they'd be finally satisfied. But of course they immediately go, well, they didn't release the actual document. They only released the stuff they wanted us to see. Because a conspiracy theorist is never satisfied. So if they don't believe that what was released fits the narrative of what they want to believe.
But they're going to release more.
I understand, but they will always assume, well, yeah, but they're just releasing stuff that they want us.
This is all just a giant PR stunt.
Man, Klein's the man.
Here's everything.
Yeah.
You stand by the man?
I am the man. That's right.
Dude,
I am the man.
I'm so anti you.
Thank you. I know. Very obvious.
But I think that from the beginning, it was like things are being held from us, and all of these documents are being made available to the public because the authorities are like, it's fine. Go ahead and read thousands and thousands of pages of this stuff. You're not going to find anything that we haven't already told you.
By the way, I saw a video on TikTok that convinced me that the Secret Service agent in the front seat of the car actually shot JFK from the front seat of the car, and the video was so convincing, and they slow-moed it and everything. Like, look at the way his hand is down here.
This and you're like, they're right?
And I was like, you know what? I didn't even think about that. But yeah, he did. It was
like that mermaids documentary that got me a while back. Remember, it was like, these are alien mermaids and they're living underwater. I was like, they are right. They're there.
Yeah, we can be convinced.
We talked earlier about people who have jobs but don't work. Now let's talk about people who have jobs, work a lot, work overtime, and aren't getting paid for it. And I'm talking about the astronauts that just got back from space after 9 months of being stuck there. Not only are they dealing with the health issues and effects of being in zero gravity for so long, they're also not getting paid any extra money or overtime for their stay. Now, they said that when NASA astronauts are aboard the International Space Station, they do receive their regular 40-hour workweek salaries. They don't get overtime or holiday or weekend pay or anything like that. But when they are stuck somewhere, they might get like a $5 a day thing for incidentals.
That's like less than jury duty.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so...
Incidentals? What incidentals do you... There's no convenience store up there.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, what are the incidentals?
Oh, this is lawsuit time, man.
So, totally. And say the 286 extra days that they spent at the International Space Station would mean they get an additional $1,144.
For all that time?
Hey, Vanessa, when you
That's like prison.
They're astronauts, goddammit.
Vanessa worked at NASA at one point. Did you get overtime ever when you worked at NASA, Vanessa?
No, just one big check.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it exciting to get that big check from NASA?
It was my first big check. I was
it a normal size check? You just held it up and you're so small.
It looked big?
You're like, whoa!
It was physically big. You're right, Jake.
She thought you won a golf tournament? It was just a regular check from NASA? All right. Good for you.
And I didn't know this, but the average salary for an astronaut is around $150K.
Well, and you get to live rent-free in space for 9 months, and I guess food's
And be
probably
away
covered.
from your family.
But yeah, so you think about the value in
Lifetime,
that.
like Tang supply.
Unlimited.
You get so much Tang. That's all they do up there. All right, today's the first day of spring. I can tell because my allergies are horrible, but it doesn't feel like spring everywhere. Tens of millions of people are still under weather advisories in the Midwest because of blizzards and tornadoes. And I was reading about this morning. Do you know about the equinox egg trick?
No. I didn't even know if you knew how to say that.
If the equinox was equinox, not equinox. Now you're getting in my head. Apparently, people believe that because the sun passes directly over the equator, night and day are exactly the same length, and the alignment of the gravitational pull of the sun with the center of the earth will make it easier to balance any object. So if you're going to balance an egg on its end, today is the only day that you would be able to do that.
Yeah, but if you end up breaking that thing...
I know, it's such a
$20
risky thing to
wasted.
try at a time like this, but science every year apparently has to debunk this myth and say balancing an egg today is no easier than it is on any other day, and it really just depends on the egg, the angle, and the flatness of the surface.
Well, if you want eggs to do this with, we got lots to give you, and that'll be starting very soon. So watch us on YouTube if you want some additional Easter egg clues as to when you'll have your next chance to win eggs for a year as we get into a brand new hour of the show right now.
Klein Alley Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Well, good morning. Welcome to March Madness, officially here throughout the entire show. Vanessa's giving us her picks on games that will be taking place today, and all we're doing is predicting whether or not she'll be able to say either of the teams correctly. And that's the team. If she says it correctly, we'll move on in the bracket. She's filling out her very first bracket right now.
Oh, there's a lot of questions going on back there about the brackets.
I already filled it out. It's on Instagram.
First, she brought in a completely blank one that had nothing on it, no teams
well,
even.
I thought you wanted me to fill it out.
Then
When you fill something out, it's blank.
Then she brought in the women's bracket, and we had to recorrect her. But now she's finally got one. And let's pick another game that's going to happen today. Tell us 2 teams that are playing today, Vanessa. Go ahead.
Well, Michigan and UC San Diego.
All right, you got those right. So I guess they're both going to make it through. On this show this hour, Eggs for a Year will be yours. Listen for the sweet sounds of the bird with bird flu. And when you hear that, call us up and get yourself a does, cuz. And we'll see you in studio tomorrow to battle it out for Eggs for a Year. If we have time for it, the return of Generation Wars to get to. And so much more. If you're new to the show, nice to meet you. My name's Klein. That is Allie right there.
Good morning.
You got DJ Omar Khan, the audio sniper in the back. Jake Z Nerd, fact checker extraordinaire, former NASA employee, producing this show now. What a downgrading career that is. From NASA to us is Vanessa, and then Postmaster Johnny, available to speak motivationally at schools or prisons or to himself in the backseat of his car.
Not available to speak well, but available to speak.
That's right. This is KROQ. We are Klein Alley Show. Good morning. KROQ, we are Klein Alley Show. There's a lot of people on the phone right now. I think I know why. Let me say hi to caller 12, which puts us in Garden Grove. Good morning, Dave.
What's up? I heard the chicken call. What's up?
All right. Well, we did tell you all week long when you hear what we believe are the sweet sounds of a chicken with bird flu. We can only imagine that is what a chicken with bird flu would sound like. Call us up, be caller 12.
I'm going to be eggless.
Eggs for a year.
Dave, congratulations. You got yourself a does, cuz.
Thank you so much.
We will see you in our studio tomorrow. You'll battle out other winners of the dozen to potentially leave here with the ultimate prize, most valuable prize in the history of radio, eggs for an entire year. And those could and hopefully will be yours from Albertsons, Vons, Pavilions. Thanks for hooking us up and hooking our listeners up with all them yolks.
You know, some listeners, their life gets better by listening to this show. I know Johnny says every day that his life has been made better by having this job and being on this show. But, Jake, we haven't forgotten about you. I know that you're still living in a shack. You have a car that's on its last legs.
Oh, yeah, my oil light came on today.
Oh, no. That's the last light he had. That hadn't gone on yet.
I can't believe that light still works.
I won something.
That's the benefit. Yeah, working oil light.
Jake, I'm looking out for you, and I am currently speaking to somebody who could potentially donate millions of dollars to you and make your life exponentially better.
What?
Yeah, so a listener had reached out to me after we had talked about this new Mega Millions lottery winner.
Right.
And they said, look, you know, she obviously her name, her first and last name have been revealed, but we don't know what she looks like. And of course, internet sleuths were able to find her. And one of our listeners happens to be that sleuth and sent me her Facebook and said, this is the lottery winner.
Wow,
her name is
like
Rosemary.
This is a scam.
I went to Rosemary Casarati's Facebook page, and she said, yes, it's me. I won the Mega Millions jackpot. I still can't believe I'm saying this.
Oh, Allie.
But what makes it even more special is I claimed my winnings on St. Patrick's Day, and I want to start by helping those who are struggling with debt. She said that all you have to do is DM her with a reason that you need money. And because I am extremely generous, Jake, I didn't make it about me. I messaged her on Facebook. And I said, you know, I don't want any money myself, but I have a coworker who works very, very hard, and he is currently living in a shack after a bad breakup. He has a car that's about to break down, and I just want to help out my friend. And she responded. She said, I've been inundated with messages since winning the lottery. Many people are reaching out just seeking personal help, but I need to be cautious about who I interact with. Can you please elaborate and share more about your situation and how I can assist?
Allie,
so
you
I said,
understand,
absolutely.
Allie, you understand this is not real, right? Do you think you're having a real conversation with the lottery winner? This is one of the oldest. I know this because I've fallen for all the scams.
Get her my Social Security.
All right, give her Jake's Social Security
It says she
number.
lives in Cottonwood, California, which is where the lottery winner lives.
But this is what people do. As soon as there's a big announcement of a lottery winner, they set up these dummy Facebook accounts, and then they pretend to be the person.
No, because there's pictures of her posted from before she won the lottery, before they even knew that she was a lottery winner.
So you think, I'm being serious now, you really think, Allie, that you are having an engagement and an interaction with someone that just won $1 billion in the lottery? You think that she's getting back to you about Jake's situation?
Look at how nice this lady looks.
Oh, my God.
She looks so sweet.
Allie's holding her up. You can see what she looks like on the YouTube right now.
Rosemary Casarati. And so I elaborated, and I said, I'm happy to give you more information. And I said, hold on, let me scroll to this. It's really just for my coworker, Jake, who's going through a hard time, and he's also put on quite a bit of weight, and it's starting to get hard for him to walk around. I think maybe getting some in-home assistance and possibly an electric wheelchair would improve his life a lot.
God, I would love Jake.
Wow, that's awesome.
Jake would look so cool. It would go so great with his whole like dog backpack look and everything else he's got going on if he had said one of those hover rounds.
Can you imagine if Rosemary comes through?
Oh. I hope so much we can get Jake hover around. I really do. Because A, it'll make the weight loss so much, the weight gain so much greater. Yeah. Because he will be moving even, because his dog, his dog's legs are pretty much atrophied at this point.
Exactly.
The dog doesn't walk.
Well, we can get another hover around for the dog.
The two of them.
I mean, this woman has money.
Hover around, but you're not talking. Unfortunately, I wish you were, but I don't believe for a second you're talking the lottery.
Fine, this is end-to-end encrypted, our messaging.
What does that mean, end-to-end encrypted?
I don't know, but
That's
it has
like
that little lock symbol, and that means it's fine. And she said she has not responded yet to my message because she is very busy. And scammers do respond right away, and they want to keep you hooked. She's kind of breadcrumbing me because she is getting inundated with messages.
Allie believes in the bottom of her heart that she is having a Facebook conversation with the most recent Mega Millions winner, and she is using this to get Jake millions of dollars.
Isn't that nice of me?
You call me fat.
I'm not.
No, she didn't say the word fat.
I said he's gained quite a bit of weight, and it's getting hard for him to move around.
That's not true.
It would be... It would be nice if you had some assistance, whether medical or financial, to help you with your situation.
Yesterday,
Jake.
during the bonus Showtime podcast, you didn't even come in here because you couldn't even get up.
That's not the reason why.
Well, why? It's the only time you haven't
When
been
you
up.
finally came in, we were done.
Yeah, we were done. You finally made it here, like 4
and
steps
then it
away.
took you 4 hours to get out.
What?
Come
well,
on,
anyway,
Jake.
Allie's doing her part, Jake.
I am. I'm trying to help you, Jake. I really am. And I didn't say, hey, I need money for myself or my kids to what. Nothing. It was all about you because I care about you.
Yeah, and then you wanted to make fun of me.
No, I'm not trying to make fun of you. I'm trying to get you some. If this lady responded and said, I will buy you a house, I'll buy you a crane so you can get in and out of your house.
Crane.
Wouldn't
a
you
forklift
accept?
so you can leave the couch. I mean, these are all generous things this woman could provide.
Yeah, give me a tarp so I can use it as a T-shirt. Get all that
Great
stuff.
idea.
Well, we'll add that to her in the next
Hold on,
message.
I'll message her again about the tarp.
So Allie thinks she's having a real conversation. Allie, do you really believe you're talking with her? Do you have any red flag that this is a scam? Because this is the kind of stuff we report on in Bamboozle all the time. People think they're talking to lottery winners and they're giving information and for nothing.
Look, I think there's maybe a small % chance that this is a scam.
Okay.
But she has been posting a lot, and it seems like there's pictures of her with real other people, and I know that these can be...
Pictures of her with real people?
Yeah, like her friends, her little, bingo
Yeah, you could
friends.
get that from her Facebook profile. You could have downloaded those.
All right, Jake. Well, listen, good luck. I hope this person is real, and I hope that she's got nothing but money to give you.
Well, I don't need luck with friends like you.
In the meantime, if this is not real, and I don't think it is, we should figure out a way to crowdfund Jake a hover round. Because hover round Jake is a great, next chapter of his weight gain
we're just
journey.
cutting the chase. I mean, it's eventually going to happen.
Right, exactly.
We might as well get ahead of it.
Yeah, let's just...
Look, this is a couple that says that they got helped by her.
Oh, well, and they
They're-
look like a real couple.
Yeah, they're a real couple, and they said, we're debt-free, $95,000 paid off. Thank you, Rosemary Casarati.
323 says the check oil light on Jake's hover round just went on. Oh, Jesus.
It's KROQ Festival Fever. We're hooking you up with tickets to a different music festival every day this week. I got a fever all day today. Listen at 9, noon, 3, and 6 to win your way into
Coachella, April 18th to 20th at Empire Polo Club.
featuring
Welcome to a new kind of tension. Just take some time, little girl, in the middle.
Lady Gaga, Post Malone, Green Day, Jimmy Eat World, Mola Young,
Cause I'm too messy. Don't blame me,
The Beaches, Joe, Basement Jacks, and more.
I think you're scared of being basic.
Courtesy of Golden Voice.
It's KROQ Festival Fever.
Keep listening to win.
Allie had an altercation yesterday with the police.
I
And
didn't have an altercation with the
It
police.
sounds like you did. I
But-
saw a picture too, and today you claim that you're moving very slowly. So,
Yeah.
so you got tased at Target trying
No,
to steal.
technically I got hit by a car.
What?
So...
Were you walking?
I'm walking gingerly,
No
but yes,
way.
I'm walking.
Is the car okay?
Shut up! The car's fine!
How much damage to the car?
I didn't damage the stupid car. The car damaged me. I'm damaged goods.
So I'll take a moment of silence and think about that car for a second. Hold on.
Shut up.
Totaled.
It's not total. It's not a total loss.
Allie, what happened?
I had decided, like I said, to go to Target to look at some Valentine's Day cards and get some stuff together for the show. And so I had parked, and at Target in the parking lot, they have like 50 spots for handicap, 50 spots for curbside. You have to park kind of far even if you get a good spot. So I'm walking.
They're the most egregious. No offense, Target. You got a lot of cool stuff.
I was
but
like halfway down the aisle, and I was like the first normal spot.
the Target I go to, there's one level of the parking lot you can't even park on unless you are handicap or picking up like
Or both.
or
Sometimes
both.
you have to be both.
You have to be handicapped with a pre-order. It's the only way you can park there. If not, you can't even go on that level.
So I'm walking, and I've got like a 10-minute window where I can run this errand before I have to pick my kid up from school. So I'm walking kind of fast, and as I am passing the handicap section of the parking lot, I suddenly feel an impact on my leg, knee, hand, lots of pain, and I'm knocked down to the ground, and I realize that a car backed out of their spot immediately into me, and I'm glad they were planning on pulling out all the way, but once they realized they hit me, they decided to stop. And
you got backed into.
Yes, they backed into me.
The irony of that is we always play those funny sounds when we talk about you backing up, which are those loud warning beeps.
I know. And I probably should have those for walking forwards now. So I got, and it hurt. I mean, when you're not expecting that, which I guess when are you?
Well,
but even if
I
you're
think getting hit by a car, yeah, it would hurt for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but of all the
but it's like you're just on your way. You're like doing something mindless, right? You're like in autopilot, and then all of a sudden you just experience a lot of pain, followed by you're on the pavement, you don't know what happened, and then you realize that, oh my God, there's a car there that just literally backed into me. I'm glad they didn't keep going.
What kind of car? Like a SUV, regular car?
See, that's why I'm bad in these scenarios, because I'm not an observant person, and I have no idea. It was black. It was a black car.
Even now, you don't have an idea afterwards? You didn't make notes?
So
take pictures?
I'm on the ground, and then I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God!
A face plant, or you put your hands out, or
can't remember. Can't tell you, Omar. Wow. I just remember I was on the ground.
Did a crowd gather to see what happened?
How'd this whale get here?
Another beached whale. No, there were a couple people who stopped, including one of the guys who was doing the curbside stuff at
to
Target.
help you, or just to watch, like you would do.
To point and laugh.
Okay.
And no. They did end up helping me. So the guy gets out, and he's an old man.
Oh, an old guy.
Old guy in a handicapped spot, and you
just mushed yourself yesterday by bad talking that old lady.
So true.
I
yesterday
know.
On the show, Allie could not have. She put so much shade on the elderly community because she got mad that old lady tried to cut in front of her, ironically at a line. Who knows if that was a target or not?
She was trying to get old privilege.
She was trying to get old privilege. Allie was bitching about old privilege yesterday, and that's the ultimate old privilege, is backing into people.
Yeah.
And you pull out your handicap
So
spot.
this guy goes, oh, wow, I was looking at another car to wait for that car to pass by, and then I just backed out, and you were there. Like, who knows how this happened? And I'm like, okay.
Wait, that's the first thing he said?
Yeah, he started like rambling about an excuse of like why.
What the hell? You want to check in on your well-being?
Because people learn when you get into an accident, you're never supposed to, even if it's 100% your fault, you're never supposed to say like, I'm sorry, or that's my fault, or that's on me. Because if Allie decides to, go after this guy, then, he's going to make the argument that it was her fault because she was running through the parking lot, not whatever.
It's never the pedestrian's fault,
In this case, it could have been.
No. See, that's why I knew that you were going to say this is my fault. All I am doing is walking through the parking lot.
You said you were running. You had 10 minutes.
I wasn't running. I was walking quickly, but there were no cars around him. I was in there was that handicapped section where there was only like one or two cars that were parked there. It wasn't like a row of jam-packed cars.
Maybe he was thinking, this woman's in the handicapped section, but she's not handicapped. Let's fix that.
Are you a vigilant walker in the parking lot? Did you see the little white backing up lights pop on, or did he do it so fast that you didn't even
It was so fast. I was already in his path when he backed up. Like, I was already...
He just put it in reverse and then hit the gas.
Yes. So then he gets out, and he's like, and then he said, are you okay? And as I'm getting up, and didn't help me up, by the way. As I'm getting up, I'm like, I think so. I think I'm all right. And then he goes, okay, starts getting in his car and says, sorry about that, and leaves.
What?
That was his plan. Get out of
You let him leave?
Well, I didn't know what was happening. I was like shocked by what the hell happened, and I was like, okay. So
Dude,
then,
most of these accidents, you're not going to feel like the actual
the injury,
like, pain, right, for days.
So then I start taking a few steps as I continue into the store, and I'm like, I need to sit down. So I sit down on the curb.
Pussy.
And I had like my fingernail, I had like bent back, and my leg was kind of hurting, and I was like, I need to take a minute. And meanwhile, the guy drives right by me as I'm sitting on the curb.
So you got a picture of the car?
So this woman pulls up, and she goes, oh my God, are you okay? I just saw that whole thing. I wrote down his license plate number.
Oh, nice. Good Samaritan.
And she's like, and I was like, I think I'm all right. And she was like, is there anybody you can call to let know that you're okay, or let them know what happened? Are you going to file a police report? I was like, I don't know. Like, I think I'm okay, but yeah, I guess I should call my wife. So I get the license plate number, and I call my wife, and she is no help at all. She's like, oh my God, you probably have an aneurysm. You're going to die. Oh my Lord, you should probably call an ambulance to come get you, etc. I'm
Are
like,
you
no.
for real?
Yeah, I'm like, well, this isn't making me feel any better. This is making me feel really nervous. So then I'm like, okay, I need to file some kind of report. And then as I start figuring out what I want to do, I'm like, well, I need to get the camera footage because you guys are going to find it hilarious.
Oh, God, please tell me they gave it to you.
So I went to guest services. I waited in that long line of people complaining about their returns and everything like that.
If you have the camera footage of you getting hit by this car, it will make my year. Please.
So eventually a supervisor comes and she goes, how can I help you? I'm like, somebody hit me in the parking lot. I need some camera footage. And they were like, well, you have to file a police report and the police have to request it. If the police request it, we'll give it to them and then they can give it to you. I go, okay, then I guess I'll file a police report. So I call the police and they were, honestly, they were like, so are you okay? I was like, I mean, yeah. And they were like, so what do you want me to do about this?
And
I was
I need
like,
the camera footage.
We need to see the fall of the mall.
So a cop shows up. This has been like an hour and a half by this point that I've been in the parking lot and at Target.
Where's your son? Did he get picked up from school or is he still there?
Katie went and picked him up.
Oh, okay.
So then
Hey, sorry to stop you, but isn't this technically a hit and run? And the officer really didn't care about it? Because just because you say, hey, are you okay, you still left the scene because you were out of your senses.
So she was like, did you say you were okay to the guy? And I was like, I said I think so, but I don't really know. And they were like, do you need us to send paramedics? I was like, I mean, no, but my thumb hurts.
Right.
And, so they were just like, I guess we'll send an officer to do an incident report. So then the cop shows up, waiting a long time for that. Eventually he shows up and he's like, hey, what's going on? I said, well, this guy was in the spot and he starts backing up and he hits me and I fall over. And then suddenly the guy that hit me walks up.
Stop it.
To the police car.
No way.
And goes, hi, yes, that's me.
He came back.
I came back because I was so worried about you. And I was like, what? Like an hour and a half
later?
later?
Was it Ashton Kutcher? And you're a punk.
So, here we are. Yeah. First bike ride. So
can't believe we got a sequel to the Crash video.
I know. So then he goes, hey, I was waiting for this car to pass, and then she ran into my car. Says I ran into his car, and I start going, what the hell? And then the cop's like, all right, what do you want to do then? Do you guys just want to exchange information? And the guy's like, well, it's up to her, and he's like playing the old person card again.
Sure.
So I'm like, yeah, I do want to exchange information, and he goes, okay, and then he tells the cop, here's my business card. I am a claims investigator.
That's what the guy's job is.
Yes.
The old man.
Yes, the old man is a claims investigator.
You're cooked, Allie. You're cooked.
He gives me his business card.
You got to get Sweet James in your corner. He'll take care.
Look at this. He is a private investigator.
Oh, my God.
And I realize...
Oh, he's one of these ambulance chaser guys.
Dude, so I realize he probably heard a police scanner say, hey, here's the license plate number of this guy. Somebody's coming out to the parking lot.
Heard that he was under investigation for hit and run.
And then he came back.
Came back to the scene of the crime.
Came back to the scene of the crime to somehow prevent an incident report from happening, swaps information, and goes on his way. Damn. And now this is literally the worst person that can hit me.
Yeah, worse.
Is a claims investigator going, okay, well, what's the point of pursuing this, right?
Hey, you're on KROQ. Good morning. What's up? Hey.
That is the dumbest thing ever. Like, how do you get hit and act like that? Like, how do you become a radio host and you're that illiterate and that dumb? Like,
there's a good question, Allie. Let's go ahead and blame the victim here.
We don't know whose side they're on. Let's take the next call.
So when do we get the video? That's the most important thing here.
That's the thing, though, Omar, is that I don't think they're going to ask for it because they don't consider this an incident because there's no incident report.
It's an incident. This has officially begun. Get ready to win money or at least watch that secretary that's never, ever wagered on anything before be like, oh, my bracket's perfect. Look at that. It's always the most frustrating time of the year.
Ohio.
So we will get into the big drama here at KROQ in a moment, but as always, the GOAT line is there for a variety of your messages, and we have ruined another person's life, and we feel bad doing this. That's not the goal of the show, to ruin people's lives, but apparently it has happened yet again.
Good morning, and I hate you guys. So my girl's a huge Harry Potter fan, so I bought her and I tickets to this play that's going on at the Pantages. And when I surprised her with the tickets, the first thing that came out of my mouth is, we're going to the Pantages.
We're at the Pantages. Yeah, see, and that doesn't go well if people don't know the show because you just seem weird.
Great.
Yeah.
And she kind of just stared at me blankly and made me feel like an idiot. And then I had to explain, I was like, oh, we're going to watch Harry Potter. And then she got it. So thanks for ruining the surprise. Wakina Wakana.
Oh, so he was just giving a...
Thank you. Thank you for working in multiple phrases from this show.
He was just giving her a little hint.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to tell you, but we're at the Pantages.
Yeah, and she's like, what does that even mean? Why would you say that?
And then he's like, fine, we're going to see everybody.
That's the problem with this show is, unfortunately, sometimes we say things and Omar plays the clips, and then they happen in your real life, and you end up saying dumb things that you hear on the show, and then people just look at you like you're weird.
Always solving problems by creating new ones.
That's what we do. And the problem that we've been dealing with since yesterday started with a not even passive, but just an aggressive note about someone who left dirty dishes in the sink. There's been so many theories that have come through about this. The note itself basically called the person a dick, said stop, grow up, stop this a community kitchen, stop leaving your stuff out where anyone, it's just like have some self-respect and some dignity and follow the rules. Now, we're pretty convinced around here just from yesterday's investigation that the leaver of the dishes was someone who works at KROQ, and the leaver of the note was someone who probably works at the news station KNX, because they're new to this floor. They've only been living here a little bit. They've kind of taken over the kitchen, even though it's...
And let's be honest, they're uppity.
They're uppity because they have, they
got import. They're like real adults.
They're serious people.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we use that sink to go number one in, and they use that sink to like wash cabbage.
Once.
Yeah. So like that's the big difference there.
Did you leave a note about that? It was just once.
We only went number one once.
But there are theories of who it is, and there is a suspect that is being talked about. And if it is the suspect, if what I've heard is true, yes, if this is the potential note leaver, this has happened before with other people, and they've been very upset by like collector's mugs and different dishes and things that are there that are being thrown away because they're not washed in time.
By the way, 2 people have already come to Allie and I off the record and said, I cannot speak about this because I've been sworn to secrecy. I've been given a gag order from higher authorities. I can't comment on this publicly because people are afraid that this is going to be elevated to HR and they're going to lose jobs over this.
This is going high up the
Heads
chain.
will roll. Listen to this theory that we got from a listener. Once again, the note, just to quickly refresh if you weren't listening yesterday. Hey there, if this is your stuff, it's been sitting in here for a bit. Here's an idea. How about you go ahead and clean it up, dry it off, and take it home? Doesn't that sound, cool? Like being considerate of others, responsible for your own actions, and not an effing slob, but instead cool? Yeah, be cool, not a dick. Have a great day. Arrow pointed at the dishes.
Omar's going to pull all of that.
So,
that's what I was thinking.
Don't pull the
Do you want to be cool? Then you'll be cool.
Don't pull me saying that. I'm reading the note. No, cannot use that out of context. Here's an interesting theory we got on the Go line.
Hey, Klein Alley. My name is Savada, longtime listener of the show, calling in regards to the great mystery / controversy of 2025, a.k.a. who left the note, who left the dishes, and who's the bigger person at fault. Well, I was going to say, since you were able to establish a profile on the age and rough time, you can have the IT personnel check the print logs on the printer, which would then show the source IP address or host name that sent the print job.
See, we can't. There's no footage because what's interesting about it, even though there's cameras all over this place, is where the note was left.
There's no cam zone.
And where the kitchen is, there's no cam zone. So for some reason, they also know that there would be no coverage cam-wise, but they probably weren't thinking that we could IT figure out what printer this came from and then IT revert, like Google image reverse search back to where it came from.
The other thing I heard, and maybe we would find out more about this if we did get those printer logs, that came from not only a news person, a nighttime person.
Oh, someone who's here in the night.
This is a morning versus night
battle. This is interesting.
Usually it's like a 192.168.1.5 or something.
This guy's a real nerd, but he gets it. Jake knows what he said.
But, yeah.
That's Jake's weight right there. He just said. He said it again.
Nerd, bro. That's not funny.
Usually it's like a 192.168.1.5 or something.
Oh, you're big, dude.
I don't have that many decibels.
Curious to see how it goes down.
Yeah, well, we have...
Sarakush Mushi, Sakara Mushi.
All right, thank you.
You're shutting that out now?
That's great.
Look at his seance.
All right.
Sarakush Mushi, Sakara Mushi.
Thank you.
Is that from Indiana Jones?
Thank you. That's what they say right before you eat someone's heart. All right, so here is listen to this, Sally. This is an anonymous message that was left on the Go line. Voice has been changed. Completely anonymous, by the way. They do not want their identity revealed, but I believe this is from the note leaver.
Yeah, and the other thing I heard, which, by the way, I was spending way too much time talking to other people about this. If it's the person that we think it is, they said they will never come forward.
Oh, they'll never reveal
They
themselves?
will never reveal their identity. It's
But
like
why
the
don't-
Golden State Killer.
But if we solve the crime or whatever this is,
if we can prove that it's the person I think it is, that's different.
yeah, and then we can say, and I don't know, once again, if you're on Team Note Leaver or Team Dish Leaver, but here we go.
I am the note leaver. I have no regrets and stand by my words. The leaver of the dishes is disrespectful, and many feel this way. I am the note leaver. I have no regrets and stand by my words. The leaver of the dishes is disrespectful, and many feel this way. I will not stand for the misuse of our community sink. Shame on you. Shame on your morals. Shame on you, you little turd.
Wow.
Now, little turd is also interesting because that is an insult that I would think would come from someone.
It's very smart of that person to use AI to record that.
Yeah, I think that they used their news resources in order to generate that message.
But don't you think,
leave no
Allie,
trace.
even just the verbiage there, little turd, that's something that's an
Oh,
insult.
that's like an 80s villain.
Right. You would hear that
way
from
of
so
speaking.
already I think that we've got the profile of the note leaver.
They're definitely shaking their fist in the air while they say little turd.
Right. And I don't know, and I also, because they used a female AI voice, makes me think it's a guy.
Really?
Yeah. I have a theory that this is a man that left the note, even though
Do you think that a man
dishes
would
is
be
a woman's
that,
game, right? I know. We were all thinking that's sexist,
If
Allie.
there's a woman out there, she cares about dishes.
And a lot of people are convinced that Johnny is the leaver of the dishes.
Yes, somebody was so convinced that they put a manila envelope and taped it to the cabinet and wrote Johnny Tupperware Fund. But
Yeah.
the Tupperware is now missing. And then we've also gotten word that somebody voluntarily washed it and took it home and stole the Tupperware for
So
themselves.
The crime continues here, and I feel we got more questions than answers today. But we did get what I believe to be a legitimate message from the note leaver. And
There's no reason why we can't believe that that's real.
I think it's real. Ken, quickly, I know there's a lot of theories pouring through here, and I don't even know what happened when we put up the rebuttal note yesterday. It did get a lot of attention, but
but it was taken down.
someone did take that down and stole that note as well. So now, Ken, what's up?
Well, this is really exciting scandal that you guys have going. I'm so interested in it, and I just thought it would be funny if you do have the person in question and you start questioning them and they just lose it and they're just like a few good men. Did you leave the note? You're goddamn right I did.
Well, I think that we could do some interrogating. Look, the plan is, Vanessa, do we have confirmation? Lie detector guy can come
No
in?
confirmation yet.
Yeah, the idea is to get the lie detector guy in here. If he is in here, we will ask who we believe to be the three most likely people of the leaving of the note to come in here and actually submit to the lie detector.
Well, we have to we have to lure them in under false pretenses, just like Maury.
Oh, we got to
You
tell
know.
him it's a pregnancy thing?
Yeah, well, we have to tell them it's something else and be like, actually, surprise, we're here to do a lie detector because we think you're cheating.
Johnny, those Tupperware dishes are yours, right? You're the guy who left the Tupperware. You can be honest because it's pretty clear.
I plead the fifth on everything.
He doesn't know what the fifth is.
No.
It means I can't talk or say anything.
Right. Because they're yours.
Again, number 5, plead it.
Okay, they're his.
hold on.
KROQ, Klein Alley Show in about 20 minutes. Get you some Coachella tickets as part of KROQ's Festival Fever, happening all week long. Catch that fever, and today it's Coachella, 9, noon, 3, and 6. First pair coming up in about 20 minutes right here. And we all know you want to head to the desert for some Coachella. We'll make that happen for you. If you're watching us now, streaming along, we are on YouTube, and there's a whole different community of people that are called net bangers that hang out and chat throughout the show. You can, if you want to elevate, maybe you're just a casual listener, but you'd like to go ahead and see what the next level is. Apparently, there's all sorts of drama, interesting stuff that's unfolding from some listeners of the show and viewers of the show that have found us on YouTube and enjoy watching along on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
And to clarify this, because I heard a rumor that is actually kind of crazy. Bexy, you're on KROQ. Hi, Bexy.
Bexy?
Yes.
Is that your real name?
No, it's Becca.
Oh. What's up, Becca? Thanks for joining us. So let me get this straight, because we were just talking about this. You're in the net banger community. You like to watch the show on YouTube every day?
100%.
And you, apparently, I didn't realize this is going on, but there's all these unsanctioned net banger net hangers, where they all get together.
I organized the first one, yes.
Oh, you organized it. Okay, so what happens? Anyone who likes the show and watches on YouTube gets together at bars and hangs out?
Yeah, we're just chilling. And then in the summer, we actually have a big one coming out. I got us a taco truck and a mariachi band, and I had a piñata made of the logo, and we're gonna barbecue and do a whole bunch of stuff.
Dude, you just planned a way better party than we can plan for ourselves.
Well, you guys are invited. I'm gonna send Vanessa and Johnny the info, of course.
Oh, yeah, we should show up at one of these net banger hangs. It's really cool that all these listeners have found each other. They like the show. It brings them together. Then they all hang out and maybe talk about the show, maybe talk about other things. But this is what's interesting, is apparently a lot of these net bangers have actually been banging each other.
Is that true?
I can neither confirm or deny, but personally, yes.
So you've been banging net bangers?
Just one particular net banger, yes.
I heard that there was a party that happened, I think, in Anaheim, and one listener banged two other listeners.
Net bangers.
I don't know anything about that.
Whoa.
That's crazy. These things are turning into weird sex parties.
Cool. Isn't that an upgrade?
Of course. I don't know why we're jumping in stupid lakes. Meanwhile, they're having sex parties in bathrooms. I don't know what the hell we're doing. So you met another...
In bathrooms? I don't know anything about that.
Bexy, you met another listener...
Her name's not Bexy.
Whatever your name is. You met another listener of the show, and you had sex with them because they also listened to the show.
Yes, we met because of you guys.
And are you together 100%. Now, or are you just net banging?
We're just net banging.
Wow.
That's
no wonder
so cool.
The name net bangers came to fruition.
I don't know why we're telling people, watch us on YouTube to see what we look like. We should say, get on the YouTube so you can meet some other people in the chat and start banging them.
Yeah. Delete Tinder.
It's kind of become a low-key, dating, I don't know.
It's like a Klein Alley Show singles?
Something. Yeah, 100%.
Wow.
I had no idea what's going on. I got to get in on this.
So there you go. If you're single and you're a Klein Alley Show listener, go on the live stream because you'll probably find love.
That's really wild. And I guess everyone now, I know there's been some villains that have popped up. There's been bullies in that group. But for the most part, it's a lot of love.
There's been some bullies, but, it's okay.
Becca, you sound like a very nice person. Thank you for supporting the show. Thank you for setting this hang up and Klein Alley Show
I think
Pinata.
there's going to be another one probably early April. We're going to try to do some in different communities because we're kind of spread all over the place. So one probably coming up in Pasadena, IE, Valley area. So yeah, we're just trying to get everybody to grow the show.
You are honestly, truly doing the Lord's work. Thank you.
Thanks to you guys.
KROQ. Everyone's probably doing some kind of drugs and something illegal. It can't be good.
Klein Alley Show. KROQ.
Allie and I are always battling out to try to be good people. Believe it or not, if you're new to the show, you may hear some of the terrible things we talk about and think, wow, these are not good people. But our goal really, I believe, is to be good people. And we think the best thing a person can do is save the life of another person. I tried to save a dog's life. I tried to save
That was a statue.
I tried to save a man that was dead in a van or was dying in a van.
There was nobody in the van. It was a shoe.
Regardless, we've all made efforts to save people's lives. And Allie claims she came up to me.
I don't try to be a good person, though. It just happened to me. I stepped in.
She comes up to me right when I walk into the bar on Friday at Snow Summit. And she's like, hey, not to brag, but I just saved some lady's life. And I go, first of all, that is exactly why you did that, to brag. That's why you did it.
You would say it to me, and I would say it to you.
Okay.
Just updating.
You were so proud of yourself the way you. Why don't you tell your story? Because I think once you get to the thing you told me, at first I said, good job, you saved her life. Then all of a sudden there's a twist and you realize you didn't save her life at all.
No twist. No, there was a couple there, and I had been there probably 10, 15 minutes. I'd just gotten my drink. I just set down my whiskey shot and my beer, and I turn around, and this woman is appearing to throw up, but it's not throw up, it's like spit and stuff.
She saw you.
And I was like, I'm here. And I'm like,
monster.
Damn, it's like 1:15. I can't believe
Yeah.
We've gotten to this point already where someone's throwing up in the lodge.
The problem with being at a bar during the day. When you're being at a bar during the day,
especially in high altitude, it can hit you.
Sure.
So I see that she's throwing up, and I'm going, up, just another person throwing up, and I'm proceeding to take my shot. Then I see that she's stumbling around, and the guy that she's with he's got his arms around her waist and is trying to, I thought, hold her up. But then later, he's kind of like doing a motion that seems a little bit more like the Heimlich maneuver. So then I do a double take, and I go, is she choking? And he looks at me and goes, yeah, she's choking. And I was like, oh, dude, I can't believe I've just been watching this happen for the last 10 seconds. I've done nothing. So I take my hand, and I give her a big-ass slap on the back. I mean, loud, reverberating across the bar. And she cleared her throat and said, all right, I'm good.
Wait, hold on. Woman is throwing up. You think throwing up. Then you realize it's a guy doing a Heimlich on her. What is the length of time between when you witness what you think is a woman throwing up to you realize now you have a situation where there's someone that...
Probably 10 seconds.
In 10 seconds.
This was, at about 10 to 15 seconds.
And you say, is that lady choking?
Well, yeah, after I figured that I was like, why are his arms still around her?
Right.
Like just sit her down if she's throwing up, or take her outside.
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't. So then I noticed that I think he's actually doing a maneuver on her. And then I was like, well, she's choking. I don't know how to do the Heimlich, and he's already doing it. So I'm just going to do the back thwap. If you get a good back thwap, it can really send...
Why are you saying it like that?
Because that's what it is. It's a thwap.
A what?
It's a thwap on the back. It's not a slap. It's a thwap.
Are you trying to do funny stuff?
No.
Are you doing Vanessa's voices? What is going on here?
Was Elmer Fudd there?
What are you saying?
It's a thwap.
Are you joking right now?
No, there's a thing called a thwap. It's like a difference. It's not a slap. It's a thwap.
What's the difference?
Thwap. It's more of a hearty, not
sounds a lot gayer when you say it.
I'm not trying to hurt her. I'm just trying to give her a nice whap, thwap.
I'm pretty sure that could be worse.
No,
you can lodge it deeper.
It got the thing out, and I said, "What were you choking on?" And she said, "Chicken nuggets." And I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm glad that I got it out." And then
glad I slapped you. Is that what you said?
And then she left. No. And then she said, don't worry, this happens to me all the time.
Okay, so here we go. So Allie thinks for one moment, wow, I went up and I...
thwapped.
Hit this woman's back and dislodged a chicken nugget from her throat that was going to kill her. So she starts taking all this glory as I'm a hero. Then the woman turns to Allie and says, don't worry, it happens all the time. So, first of all, that woman needs to rethink her. I don't know.
That could have been the last time. I think she's prone to choking for some reason.
I think she needs to chew.
Perhaps, Allie, she wasn't choking at all. She's like, maybe she eats her food like a snake or something, and that's how she takes it down.
No. He was and then I found out later that was not her partner, that was her brother. But he said that it does he confirmed that it happens a lot. And 714 said, I was there. I saw Allie do that.
No
and then
way.
I went, yes. And
Get
then
714 on the phone. I don't believe.
Call 714. You were there. You saw me do it. I see a witness.
Was it heroic what Allie did, or was it not? And if the woman says that happens all the time, then she's going around giving a lot of people false hero confidence that everyone's going, I saved this woman's life. And maybe she's just a woman that's got a small esophagus and
Hey,
can't
at least
handle
she
it.
was a human and not a statue.
Yeah, well.
I saved an actual human being.
But
you tried to save a fake dog.
Yeah, but Allie, once again, it sounds like if you didn't do it, she would have gotten it out anyway because she does it all the time.
No, but you don't know that.
You don't know that.
She stepped in without the thwap. She could have been dead because whatever her brother was doing was not working.
It was not
clearly.
working.
Well, clearly whatever her brother's
The
doing.
thwap saved her life.
It's wet.
You need to give FAP training.
I'm twained in flesh.
Everyone is saying it differently, and I don't like any of it.
909 said for choking adults, you never hit them on the back.
Yeah.
It can cause whatever they're choking on to go further into their trachea.
That's what I thought. Like, I don't remember much from any of the CPR classes I took, but I definitely remember not to do the...
A thwap is an onomatopoeia that refers to a loud, heavy impact or the sound it makes. For example, you might describe the sound of water hitting a ship's side as a thwap.
Okay, great. Regardless, I think a lot of people, and if any of these witnesses, I don't know if any of these people on the phone were witnesses. Hold on, we got a witness on the phone. Hey, hello, Laura?
Yes.
Yeah, you witnessed this, or you were the person who choked on the nugget?
I saw everything even before it happened.
Okay, all right. From your side, tell us what happened, please, and don't use that dumb word in the process. Go ahead.
So I was looking over in her direction because there was something there, and I asked my boyfriend.
What is that thing over there?
I asked my boyfriend to look for something, and then she went to go get water from the self-serve. She drank the water, and then I saw her spat the water, and I was like, "Dude, she's so drunk. Did you see her spit the water out?" And then that's when she got the I thought it was her boyfriend, but you said her brother, and then he just did the Heimlich maneuver on her, and the water projectile out. Yeah, and then that's when Allie came, slapped her on the back, which we're not supposed to do, but she slapped her on the back.
Okay, yeah.
We're not supposed to do that, but she slapped her on the back, and then that's when I said, "Oh no, she shouldn't do that." And I was going to get up to go help because I'm a nurse, so I was like, I might need to help.
I said, "Out of my way, I'm flapping."
But then she already projectile whatever she did out. But Allie did do something great. She went to go get Fiji water and gave it to her.
I did. I went and got her water. I forgot about that.
No way Allie paid for the Fiji.
She did slap her back after she already projectile whatever was in her
after.
The water and
So hold on. Allie slapped the... Hold on. Allie beat up a woman that just survived the choking incident? You're saying...
really hard. Too.
Right,
So,
okay.
yes.
Wait. Hold on. The nurse that was the witness, you're saying the woman already, you believe from your medical experience as a nurse, had already cleared the airwaves. And then afterwards, Allie went up and hit her in the back?
Yes. After
no.
Projectile all that water out.
Okay. Hero, Allie.
Yeah,
Real
the
hero.
water out, but not the chicken nugget.
Guys, I think I'm more of a hero for almost saving that dog statue now that I hear this story.
Stop it.
So, Allie, we are about 5 minutes away from getting you some Coachella tickets. That festival fever, there's no escaping it. Just like the actual sicknesses that have been going around, flu stuff and everything else that you've probably already caught this year. Get ready to catch the one thing you want, which is festival fever. Coachella today, all day long, 9, noon, 3, and 6 here at KROQ. And your first chance to win those tickets coming up shortly with us. And we still have another opportunity for you to get in on the eggs for a year. Get ready. Listen for the sweet sounds of the bird with bird flu. Call us and leave the show with a does, cuz, and a chance to join us in studio tomorrow to win eggs for a year. But first, your news.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
If you have butt problems, you shouldn't be ashamed about it. Klein, you've always been honest with your butt issues. Jake, you've been honest with your pooping problem. And now, Christina Applegate is getting honest about her mass amounts of diarrhea. A fan had recently commented and shared her struggles with severe gastrointestinal symptoms, and Christina Applegate responded with some detailed information about her own experience. She said that she has been hospitalized upwards of 30 times just for vomiting and diarrhea.
Whoa.
I have diarrhea, which is so much diarrhea. And she does think that it's a symptom of MS, and she's about to get a colonoscopy to address what's going on. But 30 times to be hospitalized in general is tons. But to have all those visits be vomiting or poop problems, oof.
Hey, Klein, what about an update, dude? You kind of left us hanging.
I never went to my follow-up appointment.
Are you kidding me? All that lead up and you never got the results?
Yeah, well, the guy said, he said after he did the thing, he said, if there's an issue, I'll call you. If not, let's get an appointment, get you in here in a month, and we'll go over everything. And I missed my appointment. And we had a meeting that day. We had a show. We had an episode of Showtime. I wasn't going to miss that. So I said,
"Well, you missed the show to take people to the airport for no reason."
I got my priorities, Allie. And when I left to go to the airport, I thought she had a flight to catch. It's not till we got there and I realized.
So it's likely that you're all good.
I mean,
yeah, if it was like you're gonna die, he was like, "Hey, you got to come in."
I have missed a few calls, but also I just assume they're spam calls. But they could be the office. I should probably look into it.
They would probably leave a message if it was that serious.
I don't check my messages. I don't check my voicemail. I don't.
Has your problem gone away?
No.
What was the problem?
The problem was nothing. The problem was
nothing. So
he had a lot of close friends that were getting things like real issues, and he got freaked out. He was like,
and also someone said you look like you're sick.
Yeah, people thought I looked sickly because I had lost some weight, and everyone's like, "Dude, you don't look good. You don't look like you're losing good weight."
Yeah, exactly. You had Ozempic face.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about, but apparently I have Ozempic face. And that wasn't a term, and I'm not on Ozempic. And no shame if you are. I am not. I think I'm losing weight the old-fashioned way, which is just bad sleep and stress.
Well, no, you gained it again.
Yeah, you're all good now.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Congrats.
You still have Ozempic face, weirdly. But you gained the weight back.
That's my goal.
Traffic is, unfortunately, a big part of our lives. You might try and find ways to avoid it, but it feels inevitable. But listen to this. This is a solution being pitched by Culver City.
Oh, I heard this. I love this idea, Culver City.
Oh, my God, I hate it.
I think it's the greatest idea ever, and I think more people should embrace this.
They say, why go home when you can just stay here and wait it out? It's called Vibes After 5, and they invite you to, instead of draining your life sitting in traffic, wait for the rush to pass by hanging out in Culver City, enjoying some free live music. They have a DJ set up. They've got outdoor games. They've got specially curated mocktails. It's not going to be an alcohol... there's not going to be alcohol there. It's all going to be...
I didn't read that part.
Yeah, the first one takes place tonight from 5 to 8 p.m. But if you're going to do it at the start of rush hour, it has to be like 2 p.m.
I like the concept of people meeting to kind of wait out traffic. I do like that idea in theory.
That was the after-dinner drinks.
Yeah, but that was also the idea of like happy hour is like if we leave when everyone leaves, we're going to be just stuck in traffic. So let's just meet up. But then everyone said that's probably not responsible because you're going back and throwing down a bunch of, cheap drinks, and then you're going to get in the car and drive home.
Right. And I also kind of figure when people are on their way home, they're trying to get home for something, for a reason, to help take care of a kid, to make dinner with your family, to spend time with the people that you live with, and to be like, hey, I'm not going to be home till 9 because I'm doing Vibes After 5. I don't know how accepting your partner is going to be about that.
I like the idea of more events taking place during prime rush hour. I do feel that rush hour, to be honest, living in Southern California, is from like noon until about 9 p.m. That's a pretty long rush hour. But
so how long is this event going to have? I mean, 5 to 8 is just...
A lot of vibes.
That's such a small window. And just so you know, Klein, the lawn games and activities that they have listed are cornhole and giant Jenga.
It's always giant Jenga. The world needs more solutions than just giant Jenga, but that seems to be what they've gone with.
Hey, you know what? You put some giant Jenga there, you're good. All right, if you want to save money on laundry, here's some good news for you. You might think that this is gross. I endorse it completely. Re-wearing your used workout clothes. They might be wet. They might be smelly.
Oh, you are gross.
Maybe all you want to do after you're done is just finish peeling them off your body and throwing them in the laundry. But a French study claims that re-wearing your activewear might actually be the right choice for the sake of longevity of your clothes and lowering your watering bill, because frequent washing can degrade the fabric more quickly, contributing to textile waste. And, of course, laundry will run up your water bill.
I think we talked about this in an import-export because the French were a big fan of limited...
This is right after they came out with that about how long you're supposed to rewear all different clothes. Right, shirts, jeans, bras.
They're under the impression that every piece of clothing you have should be worn a minimum of 5 times before they get washed, and they don't even care if it's underwear. I know some people go, jeans, you don't have to wash them, but like underwear, bras, you probably got to wash those kind of regularly because they get sweaty.
Not bras. I never wash my bras.
Oh, you should, Allie. You don't get boob sweat?
No.
You don't get boob sweat?
No.
Right now, you're saying you're dry under your breast.
Yeah. And this is probably like the 10th time I've worn this bra.
Jake, come in here. Let's test this theory.
Oh, no thank you.
Hey, you just had an opportunity to touch my breast.
Yeah.
Guys, we're looking for caller 20 right now. We're going to send you to Coachella. Festival Fever, 800-520-1067. Let's go.
KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Finally, 9 o'clock. We've just been killing time to get to this hour. You got basketball games tipping off all over the place. You got Coachella tickets up for grabs because Festival Fever is officially here. And good luck avoiding it. You can wash your hands, you can Purell, you can wear a mask still, but you will catch Festival Fever. It's officially that time of year, and we'll get you into all the good ones, including Coachella. If we pick up your phone line right now and deliver the good news, you get a pair of tickets, go to Coachella, happening right here in sunny Southern California. Allie's last year was her first one ever. Some people go to every single Coachella. They brag about it.
I think Nicole says that she has been to every single Coachella.
Yeah, my plan would be, I think it'd be very funny to try to stop her, like do different things to try to block her from going, because nothing will get in the way of her going to Coachella.
Yeah, but the universe is working for Nicole Alvarez.
Sure is.
They are going to make sure she will get there.
Welcome. If you're a new listener to the show, perhaps just listening to us right now because you want to use us for tickets, we're okay with that. Or perhaps you've been listening for a while, or you're going through something like this guy.
Hey guys, podcast listener. My girlfriend recently told me that she started listening to the show because it makes her think of me and feel like she's with me. So I think in order to help grow the show, I'm gonna start collecting some more girlfriends. Sweet dibs.
That's great. That's the sweet sounds of a man collecting multiple girlfriends. It's Omar's impression of a seal, we believe. It's one of the sweetest sounds we've ever heard. Sea lion, whatever it was.
Seals don't sound like that, Klein.
Yeah. People do love it when Omar
Seals
makes
sound
noises.
like what, Omar?
That's right.
See, there's a difference.
There is. It's higher pitch.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and make someone's life instantly better as we head to caller 20, which puts us on a man by the name of Chris. Good morning, Chris.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Nut Bangers?
You are caller 20. Coachella is in your future.
Hey, that's awesome. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. You got the festival fever. Hold on 1 second so you can go to the desert, check out Green Day and Lady Gaga and so many others. Full lineup has been posted up on our socials, but everyone knows who's playing at this point, and there's always those Coachella surprises. So get ready. You'll be there. Posing by that giant Ferris wheel. This hour, if you didn't win Coachella tickets, fear not, you'll have more chances to win coming up again at noon, 3 and 6 on KROQ. And eggs for a year could still be in your future. That is an even more valuable prize. And that'll happen when you hear the sweet sounds of a chicken later this hour on KROQ. KROQ, Klein Alley Show. A lot of people on the text line saying there's zero chance, Allie, you don't have boob sweat right now. 323 says, I have boob sweat. I'm not even wearing a bra. So
I have no boob sweat. I'm telling
maybe
you.
You got one of those super...
Everybody sweats throughout the entire day, Allie. What do you think they say you need to, wash your sheets every, week? Because when you sleep, you just sweat.
Yeah, because I'm covered in blankets.
No. Wait. You actually... there's moisture there? Oh. Like at night when you sleep?
No, I mean, I might wake up a little gamey after sleeping.
What happens with you?
I like it being warm. I like being warm as I fall asleep. It helps me fall asleep. And then in the middle of the night, I think it is a little too warm. But during the day, I'm not sweating. Well, I'm telling you. Even now in hot yoga, I barely sweat. I'm not a sweater.
That's amazing. It's really remarkable that you claim you don't sweat and you don't fart.
Yeah, I'm telling you. You think I am the grossest person on the show.
Well, I don't think so. We did a legitimate scientific.
Now we know you.
I think it was a toss up.
Yeah, I think it was you and Jake tied for that.
Oh, she won.
Toss up.
Oh God. Hold on. We have listen to this on the phone right now. You won't believe it, Allie. None other than Secondhand Cindy.
Oh, that's good because I wanted to ask her about something.
There's something. Anytime there's a story about cigarettes in the news, you better believe that Secondhand Cindy is available to us because she smokes more cigarettes than anyone we know. And even though she's fluctuated, she's currently at about 4 cartons a day. Is that right, Cindy?
Yes. You make me laugh so much.
Hold on, we're drowning you out with your theme song. Hold on a minute.
Second, hey Cindy.
Cindy, how many cigarettes do you smoke in a day now? Because you've said that when you were at your heaviest, you were at a couple of packs a day, right?
Yes, I was. But now I'm down to a pack a day. And I...
Can you turn our show down in the background? I know you're listening to our show, which we appreciate, but it's very hard to hear you.
And thank you for listening.
Thank you. We appreciate the support. She's a real one, this secondhand Cindy.
But I read a study, Cindy, that because, they say one of the things about smoking is that it ages you. Not only is it bad for your health, but it will age you faster than if you don't smoke. And now there's a new study out that says excessive exposure to heat, so sunbathing, etc., will age you way faster than smoking. So I think you're good, Cindy.
Well, the thing is I've got double whammy because I lay out in the sun with baby oil and iodine.
Oh, my God.
What?
Oh, my God. That is some visual right there. Hold on. Secondhand Cindy.
I mean the baby oil, but iodine?
You get all diddied up and go out in the sun with the baby oil on still, even with everything we know, and you sit out there, you smoke your cigarettes in the sun with baby oil on every day? And iodine?
Yeah. Yeah, that really can, Jeff.
Oh, my God.
I love it. Why the iodine? I've heard people laying out with baby oil.
It's much more dangerous.
Yeah, why that?
I don't really know. I never really did any research on it.
Right.
I just know it gets you really dark.
Uh-huh. No, I have. You are very tan.
You got a great tan going. You should see her lungs if you think she's tan.
Oh, very dark.
Very. I mean, it ages the smoking, obviously, we all knew. And the sun, I knew that it ages you as well. But who cares? I'm having a good time.
Cindy, we have a child on the phone, and I would like you to impart some words of wisdom from this young child. Hello, is this little Jay?
Yes. What makes you think I'm a child? Dude, I'm 15 years old.
Okay, sorry about that. You have a 15-year-old on the phone. Secondhand Cindy has lived a life, and she'd like to give you some advice as a child listener of the show. Go ahead, Secondhand Cindy.
Okay, I would like to tell you, smoking is bad for you, but if you start, just make sure you don't get caught.
Okay. All right.
Okay, thank you so much, but I know not to smoke.
Pussy.
I know you vape instead, right, Jay?
Sure.
Cindy, anything else you'd like? Actually, I should ask the child. To little Jay, the 15-year-old listener of the show, would you like to give any advice to Secondhand Cindy?
I just want to say F the Padres and Sweet Divots, guys. I love you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh.
That's good advice.
Wait, is this the kid that calls on the goat line all the time?
We have a couple kids that call on the goat line. I don't know if this is. I don't know if little Jay's ever called us live before, but little Jay, I just wanted to get you on because I saw you were waiting on hold for a while. And Secondhand Cindy is such a wealth of knowledge for the future generations because she's lived a life.
Hey, yeah, you
Yes,
know
I
that
have.
other kid who calls who made fun of Allie?
Yes.
That's my little brother.
Okay,
Okay. Yeah,
good.
there's a
I'm
lot
glad
of-
the family values run strong.
There's a lot of kids that make fun of Allie on the goat line. It's most of the messages
Yeah,
we
and
get.
my dad was the one that met you in person at Almost Acoustic. We're like a KROQ family through and through.
I appreciate you. Thank you, little
great.
Jay. So remember, if you smoke cigarettes, don't get caught. Cindy, you get to go ahead and have the final word here. The sun apparently is worse for you than cigarettes. You have been a big advocate of smoking for a long time. Your arch nemesis is the Surgeon General. You are a big, staunch supporter of all things smoking. And if you'd like to say anything to the sun right now would be your chance.
Okay, well, it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. I might just lay out with some iodine and baby oil and then my cigarettes, and then I'm just happy. And also listening to you guys. You guys are the best ever.
You know what's terrible, Allie, is that all of our listeners that really do listen for the full show every day are all like a moment away from dying. Between her and the Bud Light Bros.
No. Cindy is healthy as an ox, aren't you,
Have you
Cindy?
been
There's
checked
nothing
out?
wrong with
Cindy,
you.
have you been checked out by a doctor recently?
Yes.
I
have, and
Did you
I
get
got it.
results or?
Yeah, there's a little problem with my breathing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just a little one, though.
That's not because of the
Just a
cigarettes.
little one.
Right.
And the liver's
Just a
doing
little
fine? Your liver's fine?
Yeah, the liver's okay. Yeah, it hasn't hit the cirrhosis part. You got 3 stages. I am in the first stage, the fatty part.
Jesus Christ. All right.
But that's okay. That's okay. If you
All right.
quit, I'll quit. Yeah.
If you quit, your
I'll
liver will be
good.
fine in 6 weeks. That's
all
what
right.
you said.
That's why we have this young, healthy 15-year-old ready to fill in case we lose any of our
We'll just switch
listeners.
out his liver.
All right, yeah. Oh, maybe that kid can do some blood spinning with you, Cindy.
Cool.
All right, we got to take a break. Cindy, good to hear from you, and
love you.
congratulations on, once again, cigarette smokers getting another big win over the Sun.
I love you guys. Thank you.
All right, there
Guys,
she is.
Make my day.
That's why we're here. That's the great secondhand Cindy. We got to take a quick break. We're back in a second. El Cheapo on a Thrifty Thursday has something she'd like to share with you, and it will potentially change your life forever.
It's KROQ Festival Fever. We're hooking you up with tickets to a different music festival every day this week. I got a fever all day today. Listen at 9, noon, 3, and 6 to win your way into
Coachella, April 18th to 20th at Empire Polo Club.
featuring
Welcome to a new kind of attention. Just take some time, little girl in the middle.
Lady Gaga, Post Malone, Green Day, Jimmy Eat World, Lola Young,
Cause I'm too messy. Don't blame me.
The Beaches, Joe, Basement Jacks, and more.
I think you're scared of being basic.
Courtesy of Golden Voice.
It's KROQ Festival Fever.
Keep listening to win.
Being called gross is not fun. No one wants to, even if you know that you do gross things. Because I'm convinced when you're by yourself, everybody does a few gross things by themselves when no one's watching because they think they're by themselves. It's their own shame.
I mean, that's when you start picking at your body.
You pick, you smell, you sniff.
Yeah, if things fall on the floor, you eat them still.
But then there is public gross. Public gross is no good. And we believe that there are 2 people on the show that are both going to be competing for the title that no one really wants, which is grossest on the show. It's time for the gross off. In this corner, he has a sweating problem that we know about. He walks around with paper towels under his armpits because deodorant can't even help him.
I have social anxiety.
I haven't said it's you yet, Jake. Let me finish the introduction.
Could be me.
It's Jake.
Here's Jay.
He's also got some sort of a digestive issue, which he has.
Ulcerative colitis.
He has a car.
Not digestive. It's
He's
an
a-
autoimmune disease.
He's a car. All right, Jake wins. Let's get out. The contest is over.
Come on, Klein. Why are we doing this?
And then in the other corner, we have a person that has multiple times eaten stuff out of the garbage because it was thrown out accidentally, doesn't care about expiration dates, and has had multiple rashes, including pink eye, to the point where she earned the nickname Diclops, the lesbian Cyclops, because one of her eyes was swollen shut with crust.
Which has happened multiple times since. But
I just want to hear all the times Omar gags in his own mouth during this competition. So this is going to be a real battle of gross. I'm just letting you know.
not to make it even worse for myself, but I've also earned nicknames like Poogers and the Onion Queen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry. That'll come up at some point during the quiz.
And she eats on the toilet, too.
She eats on the toilet.
Nasty.
I'm multitasking.
And she shares a toothbrush with her wife.
To be fair,
And,
I
apparently
finished,
dental floss at one point they shared.
that was one time.
Doesn't matter.
And she never flosses.
All right.
Moving on. Jesus Christ.
Allie's the winner. All right. Let's go. Move on.
You just keep describing each person.
I haven't even gotten to the quiz yet. I mean, we're just in the goddamn intro, and I'm nauseated right now.
Yeah. Well, yesterday I was sitting there writing my show email in the same clothes I had exercised in while not showering and sitting on a fabric chair going, maybe I should just own it.
Oh, my God.
Jake and Allie, write down your answers to these questions, and we'll go through this quickly, and then we'll have a palate-cleansing song, which I think we'll all need at that point. And apologies if you're eating during this, or if you've already had a rough week because of the fires, and who hasn't. I'm sorry to make your week even rougher. Maybe someone will listen to this and go, you know what? Could be worse. I could be Allie or Jake. Question number 1. If you drop food on the ground, how likely are you to still eat it?
Can you explain one of the food examples?
And what ground?
Yeah.
See, these are both questions asked by gross people.
They're important questions. Is it
Because-
my own kitchen floor or is it an outside?
You can answer
area?
this as a general, but if you'd like to go ahead and clarify, I think all of you are going to answer grossly, but you're going to defend your grossness because that's what gross people do. So go ahead and write down I'm just in general now. Go ahead. It is a random sampling of grounds and foods. Is it a shish kebab? Is it a field?
All right.
Is it a bathroom floor? Allie, if you're eating on the toilet and something slips out and falls on the floor, are you still eating it? Just answer the question. How?
It depends
I will tell you
on
right,
the floor.
I will
Is
tell
it a gas station bathroom floor or my bathroom?
Guys, I will, without asking any
if
of
it's
these
the K-Rock
questions.
floor, no way.
Okay.
Right?
I'm going to say
If it's the K-Rock floor, 10 seconds.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Guys, this is just question one, please.
Okay.
If you drop food on the ground, how likely are you to still eat it? And please, you're more than welcome to take this quiz yourself. You're sitting in traffic right now. Whatever. Answer, let's see how you would have done. Are you grosser than Jake or Allie? Probably not. Question 2. How often do you wash your hands after going to the bathroom?
Again, this completely depends on where you are.
No, it should not.
No,
it should not, Allie. How often do you wash your hands after going to the bathroom?
Jake, come on. You know what I mean.
Huh?
Allie's going to get a perfect score on the gross quiz.
All right.
323 said the gross off is more exciting than the upcoming NFL playoffs. Didn't Allie admit yesterday she had crabs? Yes, she
I didn't
did.
say I had crabs. I said if you had crabs, you could shave them off.
Jake is not
Keep
gross.
up, keep
He's
up.
handicapped. Someone pointed out. Thank you.
Disabled.
Question number 3. What is the most amount of days in a row you've worn the same underwear? The most amount of days in a row. Why are you humming? What, the most amount of days in a row you've worn the same underwear?
Camping or not camping?
Allie, just answer the goddamn question. Question 4. What do you feel your weakest personal hygiene practice is? Something that you even know you're not proud of. Could be better. What do you think it is? Write it down. Jake, write it down, Allie.
Can you repeat the question?
What do you feel your weakest personal hygiene practice is? If you're just joining us, welcome to the Gross Off. Allie and Jake have fast-forwarded to the finals.
Can you define hygiene for Allie? I don't think she knows what that is.
That's a fair thing, Omar. Can I please? Is it personal hygiene or just hygiene?
Synonyms include cleanliness and just
Like-
all around not being disgusting. Question 5. If you don't have a toothbrush handy, but need to brush your teeth, what would you do?
Okay.
Or what have you done?
The toothbrush is what's missing?
In this, in this particular example, yes.
Okay.
Question number 6. How many showers or baths do you take weekly?
This
Question
is just, it depends on what the week is like.
7. When is the last time you felt gross? Please be specific. The last time you felt gross. Because I think the problem with gross people is a lot of times they don't actually realize how gross they're being. And now this is the lightning round of the gross off. So these are going to be rapid fire questions. And this will be if we need to do a tiebreaker, okay? Do you eat crumbs off the table directly or off your own lap? Yes or no?
Oh, wait, say that again?
Crumbs for food you're eating. Off your lap, if they fall into your lap, or onto the table directly that you're eating off
Did
of.
I pay for the meal or did someone buy it for me?
Should not goddamn matter, Allie, at all. Go to question 2. Do you ever turn your own clothing inside out to rewear it before washing it? Question 3. Have you ever smelled a dirty towel, smelled to see if it was dirty, realized it was, but still used it? Question 4. Pretended to wash your hands after bathroom to not appear gross.
All right. I know that's directed at me, and I did not do that. There was a time where a woman was pooping in the bathroom, and I did run the water.
We're not doing the answers yet. Question. Have you ever eaten something that you found between your car seats?
Is it wrapped?
That's a great question. Is it hard?
In this particular case, it's unwrapped.
Okay.
And then have you ever eaten food that had mold on it, around the mold, And this is
just ridiculous. You're out to get me. This is BS.
I'm not out to get you.
Yeah, because there've been studies saying you can cut off the mold and it's fine.
And finally, something that other people would, agree is gross that you'd like to defend. We'll give you an opportunity to defend something. Okay. We'll come back with the answers. This is the gross off. It's a very, very intense look into your own grossness. The results after this. Place your bets on KROQ.
Klein Alley Show.
Hygiene is their worst enemy on KROQ. It is Klein Alley Show, and we are about to get to the exciting conclusion and determine who will wear the sash of shame known as the grossest on the show. It is the gross off. Interesting when people from the 24/7 news station are walking by our studio now. They've been covering these fires nonstop every day, and they are eavesdropping in on the gross off that is happening here at KROQ. And they are looking at us, feeling bad for us in here. Understandably.
And the looks that we get from the KNX news crew in general, I think, are just looks of, what are you doing? Yeah, disappointment, but I'm getting extra looks today.
626, when you started the gross off, I thought Jake would win for sure. Turns out Allie is a monster. That is according to 626. Meanwhile, 951, I'm defending Allie. Sometimes I don't wash my hands after the restroom, but only at home, though, if I know I will not be eating or interacting with other people. Meanwhile, 559 wants to let us know that they dropped a pill of ecstasy in a urinal they were using and flushed it out and ate it.
Cool.
So that person is continuing.
I would argue that I am being honest, and a lot of you will probably lie to others about your cleanliness and say, oh, yeah, I wash my hands after every single time I use the bathroom, even when I'm in my own house. Lies.
Bob, before we get to the conclusion of the gross off and get the answers, what do you want to add to this? Go ahead.
I'm just saying that Jake actually has a very nice, clean bathroom.
Why do you know this?
Oh, he posted a video.
This is Bar Buddy Bob.
No, I hang out with the guy sometimes.
Oh, you know Jake personally? You've been to his bathroom?
Yes, I do.
This is Bar Buddy Bob.
What? What?
Hey, what's up, bro?
Bar Buddy Bob?
What?
This is Bar Buddy Bob.
What?
He's my bar buddy, Bob.
Oh, you're going to go. Okay. All right. Hi, Bar Buddy Bob. Thanks for joining us on the show. You met Jake at a bar?
No, I've known Jake actually I did meet Jake at a bar. God, there's a great video of him
took
trying
you
to
back to his
jump
place?
over a dumpster back in Christmas of 98, or not 98, 2018, whatever year it was.
That's very different.
So many years off.
Wow. All right. This guy does sound like his name should be Bar Buddy Bob.
We still need to grade this.
No. KROQ, we are Klein Alley Show. Well, that's it. My brackets are already completely wasted. The game
just started.
I know.
Is that it?
That's it. Brackets done.
All of them?
That's how I've decided. Usually, it happens. You watch for the first 5 minutes of the tournament. You go, well, there it goes. Now I've lost everything.
That's why I never am interested in doing this, because it just seems like a giant waste of everyone's time.
Well, if you're a real El Cheapo, you would never waste money on gambling. But in this particular case, El Cheapo has something she'd like to share with you on this Thrifty Thursday, and everyone's looking to save some money these days. So let's do it.
It's time to talk to the kingpin of cheap. Here she is, El Cheapo.
So I have a new potential hack I'm working on, and this is in preparation for a trip that I'm taking. I'm going to be going to the Grand Canyon, and there's going to be some bills due. There's also going to be some taxes due while I'm gone. So I'm trying to set all of this up before I leave so that Katie doesn't screw up any of our finances while I'm away.
Oh, she's not going with you?
No.
You're taking a separate vacation from your wife?
Yeah, she told me I could go. She said she fully supports me going. She's going to stay home with our son, and she's just going to. Yeah.
But this is
what he said.
This is for your 40th birthday?
This is a birthday present to myself.
And
this
you
is a
are
trip I'm
taking a
giving
trip
myself.
by yourself.
It's not by myself. There are some people that I know that are going, but it's not like we're all getting a group. It was like whoever wants to embark on this experience, have at it. So it happens to be that there's a couple of friends and a few people that I've never met before but know the other friends, etc. But it's kind of everyone on their own journey.
Interesting.
It's like all of us are just going to be on a raft, and I'm going to be bathing in the river. There's going to be no reception and all that stuff. But I'm starting to get our stuff together for our taxes, and I was going over our finances and realizing how much money we are now spending on yoga. And it's gotten so exorbitant to the point where I'm like, I need to figure out how I can have this cost make sense. How can I write this off on my taxes, right?
Well, you can't.
Oh, that's where you're wrong. I have found a way.
I can't wait till
Maybe
you get
not
audited.
for this past year's taxes, but did you know, Klein?
You're going to be in the position downward audit. I cannot wait until you get audited for this, but go ahead.
For the low cost of $400,
Yep.
I can take a class and get on the path to being a certified yoga instructor. And then at that point, all I need are 200 hours of training from any kind of supported Yoga Alliance registered school.
Allie,
and
you're so-
then I don't need to teach even a minute of yoga. I will be a certified teacher. So all of my yoga now becomes training, and all of that is a write-off. And on top of it, I looked into it for Katie's job because she's also doing hot yoga, and she can train to be a yoga therapist. So basically, she can take another weekend course, and then she can start incorporating yoga practice into her therapy practice so that she can write off her yoga. Boom, yoga free there, we're happy.
So you're saying she's going to do therapy like normal, but at the end when time is up, she's just going to say namaste? And that's going to be...
No, or she's going to be like, hey, why don't we relieve some stress? Why don't you go into a downward dog while we talk about this next topic?
But
I don't really know how that part works.
It sounds like you are going to have to spend a lot more money.
And effort.
And effort and hours, which you know you don't value at all, just to potentially be able to write off
Potentially,
this
key word.
I will be able to write it. Why is it potentially?
Because they
and also
they
the
can
amount,
reject it.
and the amount is not worth it.
Yes, it
You
might not
can't
be worth
write-
it at the beginning, but then it will be later because we're going to
Great.
continue doing this.
You should go down this path. I don't see any... It's like...
And I get 200 hours of yoga.
Which you're paying for, correct?
Yes, but now
how much is that
it's
gonna
like owning a house. Now it's going towards something. Before I was just doing yoga. Now I'm doing yoga for free money.
Serious question. So, they got cameras in our dumb studio now. We're on YouTube. Couldn't you make the argument for this job, because now this job is visual, that you have to look like less of a disgusting mess? And as a result, you have to do yoga so that because you now have to have your image broadcast on this stream. And so as a result, you already are doing that as part of the job. I think that would
I don't
work.
think that stuff like that qualifies anymore.
But
I think
you-
you used to be able to write off stuff like that, but now you can't.
But now you pretending that you're going to train to be a yoga instructor is
Yes.
going to be your ticket to writing off all of the yoga you've already done?
And then I can add certified yoga instructor to my business card.
Add it to your stupid email signature with comedian, joke teller,
Namaste.
songstress, whatever else you say on this. I think, Allie, this plan is so flawed.
I was talking, there was another listener who said
You're
that
so-
their wife always was getting spray tan. They were getting spray tan, spending all this money spray tanning. He decided to become a certified, approved spray tanner so that he could spray tan his own wife and get that written off. It's genius.
So-
Look at how much money he's now saving
So-
because he's certified to give her spray tanning.
No, but now he's putting in time and effort spray tanning his dumb wife all the time.
I know, but he's doing it for free. Do you know how much that stuff is when you're getting it on a regular basis?
So is your tip, let me hear this right, whatever you're
Become the
spending,
thing
whatever
that you
you're
wanna
spending
write
the
off.
most amount of money on in your life, maybe
Yeah.
you just eat too much food and you're spending a ton of your delivery bill, you get Postmates.
Maybe you're drunk. Get a bartending license.
I don't think I think what you're saying is wrong. I'm not an accountant, Allie, but I feel like what you're saying is
Like
false.
to eat, be a chef. Write it off.
I don't think that's how it works. I just don't think that's how it works.
I think it is.
Now, I could understand if you order a lot of food and you look at it and you go, every month I'm spending the most amount of my money ordering food. I think for a lot of people, that is the thing that gets us. And
Yeah,
we're
but
like,
it's research.
then you could say, maybe if I start doing food review videos and putting them on YouTube, then maybe I can make the argument. But if you're not generating any money from it,
Well, maybe I'm just bad at yoga. Maybe I'm a bad yoga instructor.
oh,
There are plenty of them
definitely
out
you're
there.
a bad one.
So it doesn't
Definitely.
matter. Just because I've gotten certified at something and I'm not making money at it doesn't mean I don't have that certification. I obviously need more training, which is why I need more yoga.
All right. Well, you've heard a dumb thing today with El Cheapo.
831, I'm in. Teach me yoga.
Oh, man.
I don't teach. I'm sorry. I only learn.
Sally's fully booked. This is KROQ. We are Klein Alley's show. doing on the phones right now?
I'm here to get that does, cuz.
You want to get that does, cuz? You heard the sound of the chicken that we believe has some sort of bird flu, and you are the 12th caller, which means...
I'm going to be eggless.
Eggs for a year!
You just scored yourself a dozen eggs, one of the most valuable prizes we've ever given out on the radio by current egg prices. And tomorrow, all of our winners of the does will be in the studio to battle it out for eggs for a year, courtesy Albertsons Vons Pavilions. And hang tight, Maddie. Congratulations on the does. And if you win eggs for a year, what is the first thing you're going to do with all them eggs?
Eat them.
That's right.
All at once.
All at once.
Do it.
Jumbo Denver omelet. We'll come back and we'll wrap up the show with some takeaways. Anything you got that you will bring with you from today's show, let us hear them. 800-520-1067. That's next. Show. That'll pretty much do it for us. Good news, Nicole Alvarez will be in here in a few moments. 40 minutes nonstop KROQ, more Coachella tickets. Let's not bury the lead. It's festival fever here at KROQ, which means at 9, noon, 3, and 6 all day this week, you get your tickets to some of the many festivals that are happening in and around Southern California. What a lineup here. Green Day, Post Malone, the Original Misfits, Lady Gaga, Missy, Misdemeanor, Elliott Alley. Look at this. I couldn't possibly miss this entire lineup, but here they are. You can see this on YouTube right now. Of course, it's posted, I'm sure, on KROQ socials, Klein Alley Show. And you'll get yourself into some Coachella And all you got to do is keep on listening and be caller 20 when you're told again at noon, 3 and 6, and tomorrow we'll bring you the final day of Festival Fever with us. All right, takeaways from today's show. Oh, I should have we didn't mention this today. Polar plunge, guys. We're heading back up to Big Bear. This time I got to jump in a lake in my underwear, or at least whatever embarrassing bathing suit Omar decided to order off of Amazon. March 29th, registration open now. We decided let's raise some money for a good cause in the process, so we're going to try to raise as much as we can for Special
and you're
Olympics.
Pierce your nipples too, right?
And apparently I am piercing my nipples.
I could probably do that too.
Cool.
Why the hell not? Hey, if we get we raise $5,000, I'll pierce a nipple. But anything under that, I'm not.
If we raise $5,000, you'll pierce a nipple.
Well, let me think about that.
Come on.
No,
Cool.
I take that back.
Do it for the Special Olympics. Come on, man. It's a good cause.
My nipples are very small and sensitive.
Oh, my God. And we have to put the biggest ring.
That's so funny. Do it just for the funny, man.
I want it to be like one that's like a chain. That
I'll take that back.
$5,000.
All right, anyway.
Yes, $5,000.
Anyway, if you want to sign up and help us raise that money.
I want. Now
Don't donate.
I'm
I
going
take
to
it
donate
back.
my savings.
Do not donate. I take it back. We will. You can find the links on our socials. Let's get that reposted, KROQ.com, and on our socials at Klein Alley Show. All right.
Oh, you're going to be so... You're going to be such a baby when you get your nipple pierced.
I really do not want to do that. I should not have said that out loud. I got to start using a filter on my stupid mouth.
Oh, great. Okay, lots of takeaways this morning. 213, my takeaway is don't go out into the sun unless you're covered in baby oil and iodine.
According to Secondhand Cindy, her smoking...
That is crazy.
I
It's
know.
crazy that the smoke... She may not even get lung cancer first. She may get skin cancer because of all the weird stuff she's putting on when she lays out in the sun.
That'll be a fun game.
That will be.
Where's the cancer first?
Guess the cancer.
505, my takeaway is a closed mouth doesn't eat. Wink, wink.
Yeah, we know about how Johnny got the job here at KROQ. What a story. If you missed that, check out the podcast. He did another one of his motivational speaks to the children. And, boy, I don't know if they learned more or less from hearing him talk, but apologies to everyone at Pacoima Middle School.
562, my takeaway is net bangers be banging.
They sure do.
424, my takeaway, if there was Italian food in the Tupperware, it would be a Luigi.
Yeah, we still got we got a little bit closer to the bottom of this situation happening at KROQ, but maybe tomorrow if the lie detector guy comes in for a lie day Friday, we'll figure out once and for all who is the note leaver.
And 562, Klein is the only person who manages to gain their weight back but still have Ozempic face. And 562 just wanted to share some breaking news. All of Johnny's inspirational quotes have resulted in an explosion in Pacoima.
Oh.
Felt a disturbance in the force, too. Like, I literally felt it in my heart. So I might have to leave right after the show and go take care of my city.
Oh, was there really an explosion in Pacoima?
There's an explosion in a home, yeah. Fireworks exploded and collapsed in L.A. home, and a man is in critical condition
Jesus.
in Pacoima.
Sounds like Pacoima, actually.
You want to hear Johnny's brain explode? Listen to this quote Omar's got it that he tried to deliver earlier in the show today. I mean, this
is my takeaway, too.
These are some, 3 quotes that literally they'll tell you.
3 quotes they'll tell you.
These are 3 quotes.
That no one will tell you because I don't even know who said them.
Jake, you got a takeaway from today's show?
Yeah, it's important to have a charismatic personality.
Got to be charismatic. Learn that today on the show. If you don't know what we're talking about, check out the complete show wherever you get your podcast. If you're feeling behind because you're a new listener, listen to 2 or 3 podcasts. You'll be all caught up. Trust me, we're not that hard to figure out. Allie, takeaway?
My takeaway is number 5, plead it.
Got to plead number 5. Have a great day. Do it tomorrow. Try to do it better. If you need us in the meantime, Go Line's open for you now, 844-956-GOAT. Tomorrow, someone gets the eggs for the year, another festival to give you some tickets to, and more. Bye.
That they feel that they feel that
Klein Alley Show. Klein Alley Show. 106.7 FM.